Murfreesboro Riverdale 65-48, and now we have 18 seconds left in our third game of the day between Monroe County and Edmonson County. The Falcons trailing Edmonson County 73-62. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer here courtside from Barren County High as we get set for the doubleheader tonight between the Trojanettes at Elizabethtown and the Trojans against Hopkinsville. The Trojanettes against number 8 ranked E-Town. That will be coming up. They're undefeated at 3-0, and good test for the Trojanettes this afternoon, Robert.
Very good basketball team coming in here with number 7 ranked player in the state, Whitney Hay, who's already signed with Belmont, Division I Belmont. She's a 6'1" forward that comes out and handles the ball, plays guard a lot. So be a very tall task for us. They've got a lot of size as well. Another 6-footer that starts for them, averages double-digit rebounds a game. So this is a good test for us. We play Bowling Green already, who was number 23 in the state. Now we're playing 8 Elizabethtown, and you look at their schedule, they play a ton of good teams. They play in some big-time tournaments, the Lexington Catholic Christmas Tournament. They go to South Carolina during Christmas. They play in the LIT later in the year, and they've already played number 3 Mercy and beat them, not quite double digits, but beat them by 9. So they've already been tested. They've got a good squad. It'll be a really, really good test for us tonight. And to be honest with you, I'm glad Piper put them on the schedule. I'm glad we've had 4 really good teams already. We had 3 out of district in the Monroe County last night. So all of those teams that we need to play, and it's not for us to you come together during the Christmas break, which is almost here. We got a week, but a lot of basketball before that, and you have some time off, a lot of practice time, but a lot of together time, team building with those Christmas tournaments. So it'll be a good time for the Trojans and Trojanettes during that break.
As you mentioned, Trojanettes and Monroe County played last night here on the home court, and Trojanettes defeating Monroe County 69-37 in that district game. And of course, this is the second game of 4 coming up in 5 days for Barren County. We're going to be at Edmonson County on Monday night, and then Tuesday night we play Caverna at Park City Elementary before we travel to Allen County, Scottsville next Friday night for a big district doubleheader. E-Town 3-0, number 8 ranked in the state, has defeated Walton Verona 61-27. That was last Friday night. And Whitney Hay, who we talked about just a minute ago, the number 1 player in Region 5, the number 7 player in the state of Kentucky, and the signee to Belmont, scored 20, or actually she scored 19 in that game, but had 27 against Nelson County on Tuesday night at a 71-33 win. And then Thursday night they beat Louisville Mercy Academy 73-64, and it was Kara Freeman that scored 20 in that game. Actually led 4 starters in double figures in that game. Now she is the transfer from John Hardin. She played at John Hardin and transferred over to Elizabethtown. And Ellie Taylor, who is another player, another senior for the Lady Panthers, she was the leading scorer 2 years ago at Bardstown Bethlehem. And of course, Bardstown Bethlehem beat E-Town last year in the Region 5 championship game. And Ellie Taylor is actually the daughter of a former Barren County Trojan basketball player, Chris Taylor, who played here in the late 80s. So kind of a Barren County connection there with the Lady Panthers coming in this afternoon.
It's awful nice to get a couple of good transfers like that within your district and then within your region. Bethlehem is not one of the teams that's on E-Town's schedule, but they are rated in the top 10-15 of the state, and actually some polls have them favored to beat E-Town again for that region title. So this is a strong, even though they don't have a very strong district, they do have a strong region.
Right.
E-Town does, and they build their schedule kind of around it because they're in a 5-team district, so they have to play 8 district games. So they filled the rest of their schedule with some top competition.
Yeah. You look at the 17th district, Elizabethtown is favored to win that district this year. Central Hardin 2nd, North Hardin 3rd, John Hardin 4th, Fort Knox at 5. And as far as the region preseason poll went, Bardstown Bethlehem is still ranked number 1 in the 5th region coaches poll, but in the Courier Journal preseason poll, it's showing E-Town ranked higher than Bardstown Bethlehem.
Yeah, I think Bethlehem was like 11 and E-Town was 8 in that poll. bunch of coaches and media members that put some opinions out there based on a lot of times who you have back and some opinions of historical presence of teams. So you look at, and that's different after the first couple of weeks of the season when they put out that first poll.
This pregame report is brought to you by Zaxby's with 2 new adventures to taste. Each meal only $6.99. The Smokehouse Cheddar Barbecue Filet Sandwich or the Southwest Chipotle Sandwich. You can get both of those at Zaxby's. We'll come back with more pregame in a moment as Barren County takes out Elizabethtown this afternoon in the Barren Hoops Classic. And you're following Barren County High basketball on the new 104.7 The Score. Back here at Barren County High School for the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic as Barren County Trojanettes and the Elizabethtown Lady Panthers are warming up here for game number 4. The Trojans and Hopkinsville will be taking the court in our late game this evening. And Trojanettes come in 3-1. Elizabethtown is 3-0. Last year they were 30-5. They lost to Barnstown Bethlehem in the 5th Region Championship game, 63-47. And Donnie Sweeney is the head coach of the Lady Panthers, succeeding Tim Mudd, longtime coach at Elizabethtown. And Robert, they have got a tremendous program there, and you know all the notes I've written down here. They've been to the Elite 8, they've been the state runner-up, they've been the state champs, and they've been the state tournament several times, and have won the 5th Region several times, at least a runner-up spot. And so a very good program that Elizabethtown has.
Historically, very good program, and Coach Mudd coached them for a very long time. That's the team we we played in '97 when we won the region, and they beat us. They were the number 1 team that year, beat us in the Frankfurt Civic Center when we went up there and played them the first round.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit that I just was telling Chad, watching the girls kind of come out and warm up. They passed the look test. They're very athletic. Like I told you earlier, they've got some size on some girls that will cause us some issues. And you kind of watch the way our girls warm up. They know who they're playing. They know they're number 8. They know it's E-Town. They know some of that history. And they were just kind of looking, not really concentrating on what they were doing, but more looking and watching what E-Town was doing. I'm not going to say in awe of what they were doing, but you could tell they were a little mesmerized. So we got to get past that, plateau a little bit, playing a really good team, and just get to play our basketball game. This is a game that's not a district game, not a region game. It's kind of a free game in the sense that, hey, let's just go out there and see what happens, see where we are, and when you throw it up, just go play ball.
Yep. Elizabethtown shoots 42.5% from the field. They shoot 38.6% from behind the arc, 58.8%. If there's a weakness there, it's from the foul line at 58.8% as a team. They average 31 rebounds, and they're putting up 68.3 points on the board, and they're outscoring their opponents the first 3 games by an average of 27 a game. As we mentioned, they beat Walton Verona 61-27 last Friday, Nelson County 71-33, and Louisville Mercy Thursday night 73-64. But a team that has never had a losing record as you go back 21 years on the slate of the KHS AA stats, and they've won at least 30 or more games, probably 10 times. So they have got just a lot of connections up there and a lot of talent, a lot of good coaching, and of course, again, they play in that region. Bardstown Bethlehem's got to be the surprise the last couple of years or so.
Yeah, it was E-Town's reign, if you will, that were the favorite team, and obviously Marion County there for a little while in that region took a few state championships and region titles away from that, but they need some competition. What did they won? One state title in that time that you
in '98. And in '97, they were the runners-up that year, the year we played them in the state tournament.
To be honest with you, they've been number 1 a lot more than those that one time, and they've kind of gotten upset a few times. And we saw last year when we were at the state tournament, those things happen. There's a lot of good teams up there, and it just takes one off shooting night or one team to get hot to beat you. I mean, it's really hard to win the state championship. It's equally as hard to win the region. We've had very good teams. We've had some really good teams that haven't hung a region banner. So just being able to mention all those things does speak highly, and you look at it, number 1 should win, maybe not necessarily. It's just what it is on paper. You got to go out there and put more points on the board to win it.
And only 2 times that Elizabethtown has not been to the regional tournament. You go back to 2002 and 2005, but they still won 19 games that year.
Well, that shows you every program has down years. Mm-hmm. Every program has down years where you're not going to always be able to live up to historical expectations.
Yep. Barren County shooting at 37% from the field. Now, last night's stats have not been updated today with the game over Monroe County last night. 37% from the field, 25% on threes, 59.6% at the line, averaging 27 rebounds, and they're scoring almost 55 points a game on the season for the first 4 games of the year. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at tonight's area schedule, the lineups, and the tip-off about 11 minutes away here at the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic. You're following the Trojanettes on the new 104.7 The Score. Back here courtside, Barren County High School for the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic. This is game 4 of the day. As we talked about on the Coca-Cola scoreboard a little bit ago, Warren Central beating Henderson County 78-41. Louisville Fairdale 65, Murfreesboro Riverdale 48, and Edmonson County just defeated Monroe County in the boys game 75-65. This is the only girls game of the 5, and the Trojans will take on the Tigers of Hopkinsville in the nightcap tonight. Let's take a look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Some games that, other than what's ones we just mentioned here, this was in the district tournament of the 8th grade middle school girls 8th grade district tournament today. Barren County won the championship 43-3 over Monroe County. In the second game, they beat Glasgow 46-4. Wow. And in the boys 8th grade district tournament, the Trojans were victorious there with a win over Monroe County 47-19, and then defeated Glasgow in the championship game 59-46. So congratulations to the middle school teams on their championships today. Area schedule brought to you by NHC Healthcare Glasgow, caring in a better way day by day. And on the slate for tonight, or maybe some of these games were played this afternoon. Haven't checked the scoreboard on those yet. Bowling Green girls taking on Henderson County at the Muhlenberg County Classic. A doubleheader between Greenwood at Clinton County. Adair County girls are at Glasgow. Logan County girls are at Monroe County tonight, while the Logan County boys host South Warren. Whitesville Trinity girls and boys are at Todd County Central. Bowling Green boys are taking on Pikeville at the Jackson County Classic. Adair County boys against Whitefield Academy at the Louisville Iroquois Shootout. And the Russellville boys are at McLean County. And by the way, we're on BCHS Live this evening. If you're watching live and listening to our broadcast on the internet as well, on 104thescore.com and here on the new 104 The Score FM. That's the look at the area schedule, and we'll take a look at the lineups when we return after this break. It's the Trojanettes and the number 8th ranked Elizabethtown Lady Panthers here at the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic, and you're following Barren County High basketball on the new 104.7 The Score. Here courtside at Barren County High School gym. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, and about 3 minutes away from the start of the Trojanettes and the Lady Panthers of Elizabethtown. Let's take a look at tonight's or this afternoon's starting lineups. I guess you could say it's still afternoon, even though the sun probably just went down at 4:30. The lineups are brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today for the Elizabethtown Panthers, Lady Panthers under Donnie Sweeney in his 4th year as the head coach of the Elizabethtown Lady Panthers, 3-0, ranked number 8 in the state. They'll start Whitney Hay, a 6'1 senior, averaging just under 20 points a game. Hay, the number 1 player in the 5th region, number 7 player in the state of Kentucky. Sydney Clark is a 6-foot senior, averaging 9 points and 8 rebounds. Ellie Taylor, ranked the number 4 player in Region 5. She's a 5'9 senior. She's averaging 6.3 a game. And as we mentioned earlier, her dad played basketball here at Barren County High School. Chris Taylor, back in the late 80s. Also in the lineup tonight, Rakia Cormier, a 5'6 senior, averaging 8 points a game. And Kayra Freeman is a 5'5 junior that averages 11.7 points a game. She's actually the second leading scorer for the Lady Panthers. For the Barren County Trojanettes, under 4th-year head coach Piper Lindsay, her assistant coaches Scott Chapman and Chad Withrow, 3-1 of the year with a win over Monroe County last night, 69-37 at a district game. Katie Murphy, 5'5", 8th grader, averages 4 points a game. Elizabeth Bertram, 5'7", senior, averaging 15, voted the number 1 player in the preseason coaches poll and number 1 player in the 4th region. Raven Ennis is a 5'9 sophomore, 11 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. Carly Delk, 5'9 senior, 11.5 points, 4.5 rebounds. And Eve Jackson, a 5'9 senior that averages 6.5 for the Trojanettes. Elizabeth Bertram scored 16 last night in the win over Monroe County. And Liberty Rice came off the bench, scored 11 points last night, career high for her in that game. So there's your starting lineups, and we'll get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening tip-off in just a little bit. And our first quarter of action, sponsored by South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. The officials for tonight's game, Tawny Brown, Tommy Young, and Jamie and Bailey. And the official sponsor is Scotty's Contracting and Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality, no matter the size of the project. And again, I want to remind you about Tuesday night. Christine?
Should be an interesting night for sure. We'll hopefully have that gym at capacity. And I know Park City's got some wonderful events planned around that evening as well. You'll talk about at halftime, right?
Yeah, I'm going to talk with Joe Mercer, who's a teacher at Park City Elementary and also the Barren County High boys soccer coach. Talk about all the exciting things they've got lined up on Tuesday night at Park City Elementary. Elizabethtown, navy blue with gold trim and numbers, and the Barren County Trojanettes in white with burgundy and gold trim. And, of course, not the crowd we had last night with our power outage that we had. Didn't get the girls' game started until 7:15 last night. And I think I got out of here close to midnight. Time everything was... of all the technical problems that we had and so forth. So everything back on track here today.
It was an interesting evening. We kind of were talking about another time we had that delay when a few years ago we had that tornado warning in the middle of the game, and everybody had to exit the gym, and all the fans went and sat up and down the hallways.
They did.
So,
and I remember going in the room right over there to our right and stayed in there for about an hour or so. Yeah, that was a tornado warning. And I mean, everybody had to clear the gym right in the middle of the ball game.
Right. It wasn't a serious situation or anything last night. It was just maybe an inconvenience for everybody. But we appreciate the crews getting it back on. And we were probably, 20 minutes away from just telling everybody to go home.
That's right. They had the magic number was 7:10, and if the lights weren't back up by 7:10, we were postponing. Yeah. So luckily we were able to get those in last night.
Glad we got it in. With snow coming, maybe in the later part of December, January, you don't want to have to make up games when you don't necessarily have certainty of dates to do it.
Yep. Remind you, you're listening to our broadcast this evening on the new 104 The Score, WCDS Glasgow, also on 12:30 a.m. We're on 104thescore.com and on BCHS Live tonight. E-Town is huge. Probably the biggest team, tallest team that we'll face all season.
It says they start 6'1", 6 foot, and then the next tallest player they start on the paper is 5'9", but I promise you, they all look like they're 6 foot to me.
I think they were very conservative with the heights on the roster.
Right, so I love their colors, though. The blue and the old gold, very similar to Georgia Tech, who Kentucky's playing tonight. So.
You got E-Town across the front of their jerseys. And Raven Ennis in the jump circle. Jamie Bailey's going to toss it up, and E-Town easily controls as Clark just tapped it back behind her to Cormier. Handling the basketball is Taylor. Taylor drives left of the lane, going to the bucket, puts it up and in.
Easiest layup they probably had in their 3 games. We cleared the way for her instead of defended her.
Cross court pass. Here's Bertram, left side, 17-footer in the air. Got it.
She's going to have to get her shots, and that one was an easy one for her as well.
Tied at 2. Baseball pass comes up court to Hay. Hay driving. Goes around Delk, plays it up. Missed the shot. Ball batted around, and Delk picks it up off the floor, gives it off to Murphy. Murphy being pressured in the backcourt. Gets the ball across over to Bertram. Bertram on the left side of the floor. Bertram thought about the 3. Gives to Ennis on the left wing. Now Ennis will give it back out to Murphy. Murphy will hand it off out there to Eve Jackson. A little weave going on, and now Ennis hands it back off to Bertram for the 3-ball. Good.
Like Elizabeth Stark. She had a hot one last night, too, so you got to keep that going.
And a 5-2 Barren County lead here. And some pressure to backcourt, but E-Town breaks it easily. Hay down the right side. Gives it off the baseline. Here's a shot going up. Good for Clark.
Give a Division I signee a 3-on-2 break. She's going to execute it.
5-4 the score. Taken away from Murphy. Here's a shot going up. No, we got a foul called as Taylor took it away from Katie Murphy. And Taylor will go to the line to shoot 2. First foul of the ball game with a 6:44 mark in the first quarter. And Ellie Taylor, number 4 player ranked in Region 5, had 142 assists last year. Shot's good. Ties it up at 5. And Taylor back at the line for one more. It's on the way. Got that one. 6-5 Elizabethtown. Full court pressure. They throw it away. Bertram threw it cross court right into the bench.
Katie was coming to her to cut down the distance on that pass instead of having to skip it full length. Miscommunication, turnover right back to E-Town.
Clark will toss it in as it comes in to Freeman. Freeman will set it up against Murphy out there. Dribbling with the left hand. Now it wants to drive. Trying to get around Murphy. Off the window and in.
Katie's a really good defender, but that hesitation move full dirt to the left side.
8-5 Elizabethtown. Ennis behind the back dribble. Lost the handle. Turnover. E-Town wide open layup in the other end. Good for Hay.
Pressure getting to us a little bit.
Yeah, 10-5 the score. Elizabethtown. Cross court pass comes to Murphy. Murphy diagonal pass long. It's picked off. Try to go to Jackson with it. Here comes E-Town. And here's a lob underneath and a shot put up and in. Piper Lindsay wants a timeout as Hay gets the easy 2 underneath. And Elizabethtown now takes a 12-5 lead.
No disrespect to Monroe County, but this is a change in pace from last night, obviously. So the things you get away with last night and programmed in your head last night that was there, clearly 24 hours later is not going to be there. That's why you make the easy pass to the middle. We got to have somebody flash middle to cut down the distance instead of giving an athlete a chance to go get a loose ball that's just thrown up for grabs.
Yeah. Of course, they beat Louisville Mercy Thursday night, so they had last night off to rest before coming down today. And Mercy was ranked what? We look at that, number 3 in the state, and they beat them 73-64.
On their schedule, the number 3, 15, 19, number 9, and number 14 teams, not even counting their good Christmas tournaments they play in, so it's a tough schedule.
Murphy weaving through traffic. Bertram on the left side. Trying to penetrate. Goes against Hay. She's cut her off. Out to Ennis and around the right side. Jackson for 3. Bottom.
Hit 2 threes. 6 of her 8 points from distance.
That's a People's Bank 3. And Bertram hit the first People's Bank 3 tonight. It's 12-8 Elizabethtown. Taylor with the basketball for the Lady Panthers. They set a screen for her out top, Cormier, and they're going to call her illegal. Illegal screen against Cormier. And that'll be her first and the team's first.
Wasn't much of a screen, to be honest with you, but she rolled into our player, and that's why they got it. I think she rolled into, that was Eve.
And here's a bad pass. And working with it and dumping it off Hay. Trying to go up with it, and a jump ball. They tie it up with her. Was that Bertram or was that Ennis? I couldn't tell.
To be honest with you, I couldn't tell.
Anyways, Barren County's basketball in the alternating possession.
Is Elizabeth.
Cross-court pass comes to Murphy. Trying to penetrate, can't go. Left side, it goes to Bertram. Bertram with a 12-footer on the left side. Air ball taken by Clark. And here comes Taylor with it. Left side against Jackson. Flips up the shot and in. What a tough shot. Good for Taylor. And that's her 6th point. It's 14-8 Elizabethtown. Jackson, right side, looking for Murphy. Bounce past Murphy, goes underneath, and probably should have took it onto the basket. She tried to dish it off to Delk, and they lose it out of bounds.
Agree. Katie's got to understand in her maturation that she's got to score, and that's one of the opportunities there to do it.
And Taylor Harlow played some minutes last night in the Monroe County game. 5'9" freshman. And scored 5 points against the Lady Falcons. 4:47 to play in the first quarter. 14-8 Elizabethtown. And it is Freeman with the basketball, getting the screen out top. Angles off right. Now gets it to Hay. Hay working with a crossover against Ennis. Puts it off the window and in. Tough at 6'1". That's why she signed with Belmont. 16-8. Ennis gets rid of the basketball to Bertram. Bertram beats the trap, goes into the lane, and loses a handle. Cormeyer with the basketball, left side, and she carried it. And traveling violation now called by the official, Tommy Young.
That was hustle play by Raven Ennis. Just trying to run in front of her and cut her off, and that caused her to mishandle the basketball.
16-8. Ennis in the backcourt, being pressured. Bounce pass left side over to Murphy. Diagonal pass right, goes to Jackson, trying to go underneath. Blocked in there by Clark. And out of bounds, it'll stay with the Trojanettes at 4:03 to play here in the first quarter. Carly Delk will return to the Trojanet lineup, and she will come in for Taylor Harlow. And we got a substitution in for Elizabethtown. Xaviera Smalley, a 6'2" freshman.
How would you like to bring 6'2" off your bench to add to the lineup they got on the
7 points, 6 rebounds a game. Comes into Delk, trying to go up with it. She's fouled. And I believe it'll be on Smalley.
Yeah, Carly created the contact there. She did a good job going into her, not shying away from the big girl.
Second foul on the Lady Panthers in the first half, and it's Carly Delk at the charity stripe for 2 shots. Carly Delk, 6 points last night, averaging 11.5 points a game, 4.5 rebounds. Shot goes in. 16-9, Elizabethtown. Delk for one more. And this one is in the air, and it's good. 16-10, Elizabethtown with the lead in the basketball as Freeman brings it up.
We dropped out of our press pretty quickly.
Freeman angles off left side on the dribble against Murphy. Sends it out to Hay. Hay works around left side. Lost the handle in there. She got trapped. Turnover by E-Town. Here's Bertram. Front court left side. Gets rid of it to Ennis. Fakes. Drives in. Throws it up on the run. It won't go off the back iron. Rebound in there by Smalley.
Great move. We got to have somebody rebound.
Freeman. Crossover dribble. Spin move. Left of the lane. Dishes it off to Taylor. Taylor getting the screen from Hay. Top of the key, cuts back left, goes to the basket, flips it up underneath, there to Clark, and then is lost out of bounds. I believe Jackson got a hand on it last. So, Lady Panthers basketball underneath. 3:21 to play here in the first. The ball comes in the corner, and there's a 3 ball in the air that is no good for Hay. Rebound to Eve Jackson. Jackson gets rid of the basketball to Murphy. Murphy on the right side's picked up her dribble. Out front it comes to Ennis. Ennis leaves it back out with Murphy. Now off to Bertram. Top of the key, 3 in the air. No good, in and out. Rebound to Smalley.
We got to get back so quickly. Our girls aren't focusing on offensive rebounds.
Here's Hay trying to drive. Had it stripped loose, got it back, then threw it, and then it was a deflected pass, and the shot goes up and in for Smalley.
Everything went to E-Town that time.
Yep. 18-10. Elizabethtown. Eve Jackson, long range right, in a trap. Try to dribble out of it. Does. Bounce pass off to Ennis. 3. If it goes, it's in and out. Rebound taken by Smalley for E-Town.
Quick shots and one and done.
Hay stops and pops. 3 in the air. No. And battle for the rebound is put up and in. Who was that, Smalley?
Yes. Two of our girls went for it, and it landed right in her hands.
20-10. A pass thrown away is going to go off the hand of Jackson. And now Elizabethtown will bring in number 32, Kenzie Franklin, a 5'6" freshman that averages 4.5 points a game. Barren County will bring in Liberty Rice, 5'5" junior.
We can't get caught up in their pace going up and down quick shots. One shot, not hit it, and they come down and get an easy conversion. That game gets away from you real quick at that rate.
Freeman will walk it up for E-Town as she crosses the midcourt line. Liberty Rice there to meet her. Left side it comes to Hay. Hay, now one-hand pass inside, underneath. Smalley reverses it up, missed a shot. Jackson trying to get the rebound. They come in to tie it up. And it'll be E-Town's basketball on their end of the floor. And to trigger it in is Freeman on the left baseline. They throw it out to Smalley, top of the circle. Back off to Freeman, drives against Rice, and then got a little bit out of control. Going to get a foul call. Try to split the defenders, and it'll be on Eve Jackson. Her first, team second. Hay will toss it in on the left baseline. It comes out, and it is Clark going up the baseline, puts it up and in.
Went for the handoff. There was nobody in front of her when we went and missed the steal.
Move and headed up. Wide open shot. 22-10 pass picked off. Turnover by Barren. Here's Freeman, 17-footer left side. It won't go. Rebound put back up and in by Franklin. And it's 24-10 Elizabethtown. Ennis in the backcourt gives to Rice. Almost walked with it, got away. Here's Bertram for the three. Got it on the right wing.
3 threes is the only reason we're remotely in the game right now.
Another People's Bank three for Elizabeth Bertram. Driving Freeman, lays it up and in with the left hand.
How quick is she?
Only a junior, the transfer from John Harden, 26-13. Rice in, kind of extended out a little bit, but did not walk. Here's Bertram. Shovel pass in there to Delk in the lane. Shot off the window and in. Carly Delk with the People's Bank shot. 26-15, 50 seconds to play here in the first. Freeman with it out front for Elizabethtown. They come to set a screen. That's Clark. She dribbles left and hands it off out there to Franklin. Now Smalley with it. Hands it off to Hay. Hay around the top of the horn. Left side wants to drive against Ennis. And now cut off. Back out to Freeman. Long range left. She drives. She spins against Rice. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Delk trying to get the rebound. A foul on Elizabethtown, Sydney Clark. Her first, team's third. And going to get Taylor Harlow back in the ballgame for Barren County for Carly Delk. Emma Hughes checks in the lineup for Coach Piper Lindsay. Hughes with 8 points last night in the win over Monroe County. And 33, let's see, who was it? 33 or 23 that came back in? 33, that's Ellie Taylor. Jackson, diagonal pass, looping in the corner. Bertram goes baseline, shovel pass in there to Harlow, has a shot blocked on her. Loose ball picked up by E-Town. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Underneath Smalley, puts it up and in off the window straight away.
Take a last shot instead.
28-15, 3 seconds to Bertram. Going to have to throw it up at the horn. It's no good. That ends the first quarter, and it's an Elizabethtown 28-15 lead over the Barren County Trojanettes. We'll come back with quarter number 2 after this break as you're listening to the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104 The Score. Courtside Barren County High School with the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic. 28-15 Elizabethtown. Quarter number 2 presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Elizabeth Bertram will toss it in at midcourt across the way. Comes in to Katie Murphy, who's back in the ball game now for Coach Piper Lindsay. Now Murphy's picked up her dribble. Here's a pass down to Delk. She puts it up and in. Nice pass from Murphy to Delk. And Carly with her 6th point of the half. It is 28-17. Here's Freeman down the middle of the lane, puts it up and in with the left hand.
3 of our better defenders she's blown right by.
30-17. That's 6 points now for Freeman. Here's Ennis, and the ball tipped away. Turnover by Barren. Up court. Here's Taylor laying it up. It is good. Ellie Taylor with her 8th point for Elizabethtown. Now it's 32-17, and the Trojanettes throw it away.
We're kind of lethargic when we need to go, and when we need to back it down and find the openings, we're trying to rush it. So haven't gotten a good feel for the game yet.
Freeman handling the point for Elizabethtown. We'll send it left side to Taylor. Taylor, looping cross-court pass, going up baseline, a collision here, but it's going to be out of bounds off of Emma Hughes. Freeman, right of the bucket, lobs it out to Smalley. Smalley goes down low, and in there comes to Hay. Jump stop, puts it up. It is good. 8 points for Whitney Hay. Now the lead is doubled. It's 34-17, and we got a whistle at midcourt and a foul charge to Freeman. Her first team's 4th.
Number 2, Kayla Freeman, that's her first team 4th.
Barren County basketball, 6:50 to play in the first half. Bertram picks up her dribble. Bounce pass off to Murphy. Back over goes to Bertram. It's deflected there by Hay. Now across the lane. It's down low. Shot put up and in by Delk on the pass from Hughes.
Caught it and used her body to keep Smalley away from it.
8 points for Carly Delk, 34-19. 6:27 to play here in the second quarter. Freeman now wants to set things up, wants to drive against Murphy, dishes it back outside there to Hay, and Hay goes to the basket and puts it in.
She's a tough matchup for us because we got to put our best defender on their guard.
36-19 Elizabethtown. Bertram driving, and a shot goes down, a foul on Smalley.
She's bound and determined to get to the hoop that time. Took it all the way, went to the baseline, and drove against 3 Lady Panthers.
It's 2 on Smalley, the 15th foul on the Lady Panthers. And Macy Lockhart, 5'9" freshman, checks into the Trojanet lineup. Did not play last night. Trying to recover from a little sprain. Here's Bertram's free throw, and it's good. So Elizabeth Bertram now with 11 points here in the first half. 36-22. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Elizabethtown with the basketball. Taylor's got it out front. Hands it off to Freeman. Freeman behind the back dribble. Trying to work against Murphy. Inside spin move. Up with a shot. Good. Boy, she's tough.
Yeah, look at those 2 transfers they've got. That transfer and that guard, and then just unbelievable from Taylor.
Lockhart has it in the left corner, 38-22, and needs some help. Bounces back off to Murphy, splits the defenders, loses a handle. Hayes got it for E-Town. Hay down the lane, floater, no, and we got a collision. We have a blocking foul on Barren County's Emma Hughes. That'll be her first and the team's 3rd. Yeah, but you've got 2 transfers, one from Bardstown, Bethlehem, that being Ellie Taylor, and the other one from John Harden. You got a post player and a guard. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Drastically helps the team, doesn't it? When you got somebody in Freeman that can get to the basket pretty much anytime you want, and Taylor got great size. I mean, top 10 player in their reach.
Yeah. And you got Olivia Ursisson in the ball game, number 22. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Shot's good this time for Hay after she missed the first. She's got 11 points in the first half, and it's 39-22 Elizabethtown. 5:25 to go. Second quarter. Bertram cuts back left. Now has picked up her dribble. Goes to Delk. She's going to fire a 3, and it's in and out. Rebound to Hay. Hay sends it off in the right corner. Taylor pulls the trigger. Got it. Taylor with 10. And it's 41-22 Elizabethtown. Bertram's got it on the left side. Bertram looking. Right side it goes to Delk. Back out top to Hughes. Hughes sends it right side to Murphy. Murphy now in the corner to Delk. Delk try to go baseline. Cut off. Gives it back out in the corner to Bertram. Bertram's going to fire 3. It's an air ball. And taken by Ursisson. Also got another player of the game, number 44, Bailey Thomas, a 5'8 senior. Got an offensive foul on the Lady Panthers. They're going to put it on Whitney Hay. Her first, team 6th. 4:33 to go here in the second quarter. A 19-point lead for Elizabethtown. Murphy, right side to Bertram. Bertram looks inside, can't get it to Lockhart. Out top, Hughes swings it left over to Murphy. Murphy back out top to Hughes. Back to Murphy. Now Murphy looking. Out top is Delk. Right side is Hughes. Now gets rid of it back out front to Bertram. Back to the left wing is Delk. Out top, Katie Murphy back over to Bertram. Bertram with the right side. Can't go. And back around the perimeter left, it goes to Hughes. Out top is Delk. Right side. Murphy, excuse me. The ball's going to come back in the back court. Was it deflected? I guess it was. 3:40 to go here in the first half. Bertram, right elbow. Shot pops out. And rebound as Hughes goes to the floor with Thomas. And we're going to get a jump ball possession arrow to the Lady Panthers.
That may be the closest we've gotten to an offensive rebound.
Ursisson will toss it in. Comes into Taylor. We're down to 3.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 19-point lead for Elizabethtown. Number 8 team in the state of Kentucky. They go down low to Hay. She's trapped. And Bertram reached in to tie it up. And it'll go back to Barren County in the alternating possession.
It was good help. They didn't have the spacing that they needed, so Bertram was able to guard both Taylor and Hay.
Good corner, Macy.
Murphy sends it over to Bertram.
That's fine.
And gives it back out front to Murphy. Murphy goes left side over to Hughes. Back out to Murphy. Right side to Lockhart. Lockhart down in the corner to Delk. Delk lobs it back out to Lockhart. Gives it to Murphy. Swings it left to Hughes. Bounce pass in there to Bertram. It's cut off. Has to back out underneath to Lockhart. Nice pass. Trying to finish. Can't get it the shot to go. Try to get it on rebound. A whistle. Jump ball possession arrow to E-Town. 2:48 to play in the first half.
Number 23, Cormier.
Is it Cormier? Is that how they're pronouncing that? I've been saying Cormier.
I didn't
That's
hear
how it looks like it's written. Cormier.
I would go with Cormier too.
41-22. 2:37 to play in the first half. They dish it down low. Clark puts it up and in. It's hard to guard a 6'6" player when you're about 5'7". 43-22, 21-point lead for Elizabethtown. Bertram, left corner, gives it back out to Hughes. Now around the perimeter, in the corner, Lockhart pulls the trigger, hits the top of the backboard. But underneath, Hughes had it for a moment, lost it. Here comes E-Town's Whitney Hay. Crossover dribble down the lane. Shot blocked in there. And Hughes had it for a moment, lost it to Taylor. Underneath, the shot put up and in by Cormier.
Didn't grab it and possess it before we tried to go up the floor.
45-22. Hughes, 10-footer shot partially blocked by Taylor. Or rather, that was by Clark. And here comes E-Town. They throw it away, and Bertram chases it down to the backcourt to bring it back up with 1:40 to go in the first half. Crossover move, spin move by Bertram to free throw line, and off it goes to Hughes and tapped to Murphy, and a whistle and a foul. Foul was on Whitney Hay.
I don't know what stopped Elizabeth there. I don't know why she pulled it back out other than she was on the right side of the floor.
Re-entering the Trojanet lineup, number 30 Rice, number 32.
Liberty Rice and Eve Jackson returning to the Trojanet lineup with 1:34 to play here in the first half. And Katie Murphy at the charity stripe. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound to Clark. Minute and a half to go before the intermission. It's 45-22. Clark with it out front. Clark goes left side over to Ursisson. She brings it out to the top of the key. Bounces it off to Freeman. Now Freeman on the dribble against Murphy. Down to 108. Freeman gets rid of it over to Ursisson, and the ball skipped away. Taylor chases it down. Taylor guarded by Bertram out there. Steps back, shoots a three. Short off the right side of the rim. Murphy's got it for the Trojanettes. 52 seconds to go in the first half. Liberty Rice on the right side, hands it back off to Murphy. Murphy out front, and now we'll get rid of it to Bertram. She'll hand it off to Rice and hands it to Jackson. Now to Bertram for the three-ball bingo. And that's her third People's Bank three-point shot this half for Elizabeth Bertram. It's 45-25 Elizabethtown with 30 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Freeman out front with it, just dribbling the basketball with 20 seconds to play now. She's going to hold it for one. Freeman gets a screen out top, drives left, gives it off in the corner. Now throws it in there to Clark. Clark gets around Delk, puts it up and in off the window. 8 points for Sydney Clark, and that will do it for the first half. It's Elizabethtown 47, Barren County 25. When we come back, Barren County High soccer coach Joe Mercer will join us here courtside as you're listening to the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104.7 The Score. Back here courtside, Barren County High School gym for the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic. Trojanettes trail here at the break to a very good Elizabethtown team, 47-25. Barren County High boys soccer coach Joe Mercer with me here courtside. And Coach, glad to have you. I know everybody's really excited about Tuesday night coming up. But first, I want to congratulate you on your soccer season. You went, 13-7, I think?
We did.
Semifinals of the region.
Yeah, we had a great season. We were one win away from tying the record for Barren County as most wins. So really proud of our guys and excited to get started for next year.
And I know you had a player by the name of Aiden Nyken that really had an excellent season for you.
He did, led the state in scoring, and then also had Seth Mitchell, who led the state in assists.
Yeah.
And both of those guys will be back next year.
That's great.
So we're looking forward to some exciting things for next year.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what's going to happen Tuesday night at Park City. We've got the Trojans and Trojanettes taking on Caverna. And I guess it's called is it called a heritage game or way back when game? I'm not sure what the title of it is.
We've heard throwback, we've heard retro. We don't really care what you call it. We're just excited to be hosting it. And looking back, it looks like there hadn't been a high school game at Park City's gym since 1974.
74.
So we're pretty excited to host the Trojans again.
Yeah. I know you're going to have a chili supper. You're going to have some other things you want to talk about.
Right. Our PTO is sponsoring a chili supper starting at 4:15 until game time. It'll be $5. You get a bowl of chili, you get a hot dog, crackers, and a drink. And or if you just wanted a hot dog, you could go that route. And we'll also be having concessions sponsored by our Beta, and where you can get sloppy joes, children plates, hot dogs, chips, soft drinks, candy.
I've got to make sure I get my pregame meal before I do those broadcasts over there Tuesday night.
It'll be good.
And there are going to be some items, I think, for sale too. Is that right?
That's right. Both for Barren County and Caverna.
Yeah.
So there'll be foam fingers, pom-poms, possibly some cowbells, and maybe some other things.
All right. Well, that sounds like a big night. I know you all are excited about hosting it and looking forward to a really good time over there Tuesday night. And like you said, it's been since 1974, the last time a high school basketball game was played in that gym, right before all the consolidation with Park City, Hiceville, Austin Tracy, and Temple Hill. And I kind of wonder where radio guys used to sit back in 1974, because
right, it'll be tight.
It's going to be limited, but we're going to get it done one way or the other. But looking forward to Tuesday night, and that's at 6 o'clock, I believe the girls' game starts, and you're going to start the chili supper at 4:30 again. Is that right?
4:15.
4:15. Wow, I'll be there probably at 4 o'clock. So
that sounds good. We'll let you in.
All right. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Coach Joe Mercer, Park City elementary teacher and the Barren County High boys soccer coach, with us at halftime. We'll come back and take a look at the halftime stats in a moment as you're listening to the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104.7 The Score. Back at Barren County High School and the 2019 Barren Hoops Classic. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer. Trojanettes trailing Elizabethtown here 47-25 at the break. It was 28-15 at the end of the first quarter. And Elizabethtown outscoring Barren County 19-10 in the second period of play. For Elizabethtown in the first half, they had two players in double figures. Whitney Hay leading the way with 11 points. Ellie Taylor scored 10. 8 points for Sydney Clark. 6 points for Xavier Smalley. Also 2 points for Rakia Cormier. 8 points for Kara Freeman. 2 for Kenzie Franklin in that first half. Barren County got 14 of their 25 from Elizabeth Bertram. She knocked down 3 People's Bank threes. A couple of 2-point baskets and a free throw. Also 8 points for Carly Delk. She had 3 baskets, 2 for 2 at the line. And the only other Trojanette player to score in the first half was a 3-pointer from Eve Jackson. And I think that you got a few stats there, Robert, that we'll try to add to our halftime report, brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Colton's thanks you for your business, and for every $25 purchase in gift cards, you'll get a $5 bonus card. Book your Christmas parties with Colton's, too, and Merry Christmas from the staff and management of Colton's.
I'll do it backwards. We usually do the Trojanettes second, but we'll do them first here just for point of emphasis. So our girls shot 9 of 18 in the first half, 50%. That sounds really good, right?
Yeah.
4 of 9 from 3, 44%. That's really good, too. So we shot the ball really well. But to put it in perspective, E-Town shot the ball phenomenally. They were 21 of 25. 21 of 25, 84% in the first half. They hit the only 3 they made. They only turned the ball over 2 times compared to 9 for the Trojanettes. So, you think I'm shooting 50%. We're pretty good, right? But you have to put in perspective when you're looking at the other side of the score sheet to 25 attempts, and they make 21 of them.
Mm-hmm. And most of those were inside the lane.
Yeah,
a lot of layups, and
a lot of them were off of our turnovers.
Right.
And they just had a lot of situations.
Transition points.
That's right, where they had 2-on-3 breaks, 3-on-1 breaks, and they converted obviously pretty much all of them.
Yeah. Raven Ennis went out of the game for a little while, and she's back on the court and seems to be okay now. So
I think it was a knee situation, and she looked like she was in a little bit of pain, but her facial expressions show much different now. So hopefully she'll get back out there and work that out, and it was nothing.
Yep. Remind you, listening to our broadcast at 104.7 FM, The Score. That's WCDS Glasgow. Online at the new 104thescore.com. We're also on BCHS Live tonight. And this is the second night in 5 days for the Trojans and Trojanettes. And it's the last home game for the Barren County Trojanettes until January the 11th. We're almost a month before the Trojanettes will be back on this court to play a home game.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? I talked about last night how few and far between the doubleheader boys and girls are in January and February. So if you haven't get a chance to see them and you want to do it here in the same night, you better take advantage of those few and far between opportunities in January and February.
Because we're going to be on the road for the next 3 to 4 weeks now with Edmonson County and Brownsville on Monday night, and Park City would have. I guess it's a home game.
Technically, yes,
but it's still away from Trojan Gym. Right. It's at Park City on Tuesday. And then we go to Allen County, Scottsville next Friday. And then the Trojanettes go to Breckenridge County. The Trojans go to South Warren. And they'll play Meade County. Both teams play Meade County in their respective classics. So both on the road, though. And we'll be doing the boys' game, I think, at South Warren next Saturday. Trojanettes with the ball start the second half. Ball's kicked. It's third quarter presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. And Raven Ennis is starting the second half for Coach Piper Lindsay.
Good news. Talked to him. They said I think it's okay.
Good. And in the corner, Bertram's got it right-hand side. On the dribble, getting a lot of pressure from Taylor. Pass is deflected, but Murphy caught it. And here's Ennis wide open. 17-footer good.
1-3-1 zone coming out from E-Town. Good job by Katie Murphy meeting the pass instead of getting a turnover.
First 2 points this evening for Raven Ennis. 47-27 Elizabethtown. Freeman driving, kicking it off over to Taylor. And Taylor will circle out with it. Goes right side, pulls up the right elbow. Jumper, no. Rebound comes off long to Bertram. Now Bertram will bring it up. Gets rid of it to Murphy here on the near side. Down in the corner goes to Ennis. Now Ennis, crossover dribble, working, backtracking, spinning, up and under. Shot too strong off the glass, put back up and in by Delk.
It's a great move. Nice job getting a little bit deep in the paint and actually get an offensive rebound and a putback. Our first second chance points tonight, I think.
Carly Delk with 10, and this shot won't go for Taylor. Tipped away as Clark coming up with the basketball down low. Freeman posted up in there, shot it over the rim. Put up, no good for Hay. Ball slapped down by Jackson. Murphy's got it for the Trojanettes. Into the front court, covered up, and now gets rid of the basketball to Ennis. And Hay is going to be called for foul number 3. She came over from behind, and that will be the first foul of the second half against the Lady Panthers.
Raven had a wide open lane to the rim. It just took her a second to see it. You end up, when you play a team like this, you end up thinking too much. Thinking about everything, every little thing got to be right instead of just playing basketball.
Yep. Murphy left baseline, throws it out to Jackson to the right wing. Fakes, drives into the lane, throws up the shot. It's blocked by Clark. Almost spiked there. And underneath, here's Freeman with a left-hand shot. And Freeman now with 10 points. She's in double figures. So they have 3 players in double figures now for Elizabethtown. 49-29 the score. Bertram's got it. Throws it up to Jackson. Jackson fakes, drives into the lane. Bounce pass. Going to be kicked. Went off the foot and kind of kicked out by Clark.
You see they got 3 people way up here near the midcourt line, and you look and say, well, there's got to be something open in the back. But they got such length down there, they can cover up a lot of length and a lot of mistakes that the other ones make.
Ball comes into Bertram, guarded by Freeman. Here's a 3-point shot that's no good. Rebound claimed in there by Clark. Here comes Hay. Had it swatted away and stolen from behind by Katie Murphy. Murphy throws it up to Bertram. Breaks to the middle, cuts back left. Throws it in the lane. Ennis over to Jackson for 3. It's no good. Ball tips out long, and it's picked off by Murphy. And tried to feed it in there to Delk. Tipped away. Another turnover. E-Town bringing it back the other way. Taylor with the basketball. Dishes it off to Clark. Layup missed. Rebound Delk. Lobs it up to Bertram. Brings it across the midcourt stripe.
44.
Now Bertram. Bounce pass left to Ennis. Ennis feeds it to Bertram. Going underneath. Puts up the shot. Good.
Good job. Against that 1-3-1 zone, you got to flash a little bit, and that's what we did and found Elizabeth.
16 for Elizabeth Bertram now, and it's 49-31. Elizabethtown. 5:20 to play in the third quarter.
Here we go. Sit down, you're fine.
And with the basketball is Freeman.
Here we go.
She'll hand it off out there, and here goes Hay down the right side of the lane. And she goes down. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, she sprained her ankle. Yeah, she's in some pain, now being helped up. She's going to have to come out.
Stepped on. It looked like stepped on.
She went down on somebody's foot.
It was Eves. Looking at the replay, it's really hard to see. She didn't twist it too bad, I don't think. But, I mean, that's just kind of looking at a replay that's about 100 feet away, too. But definitely in pain, just based on her reaction.
Right. And when she went down, I knew, she's in a lot of pain.
Sometimes you see things and replays and look like Charles Bassey the other night. Looked like hyperextension was really bad, and he ended up having a fracture.
There's the replay right there, and I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
A lot of traffic through there, and it wasn't one of those classic. You can see the ankle going all the way over to the side. But
it looks like she stepped on somebody's foot. She's still down underneath the Elizabethtown basket.
I think she's clearly their best player. But when you look at it, they've got a lot of good players. Some of the kids that they've got, maybe the Freeman girl, maybe the Taylor girl, would definitely be best players on a lot of teams that we play in our region.
She's being helped up on the floor now. No pressure on the left ankle. Of course, mentioned about Hay is signed with Belmont, number 1 player in the 5th region, number 7 player in the state of Kentucky.
No matter if it's the top-ranked player in the state of Kentucky or it's somebody that gets a couple minutes a game, you don't want to see anybody get hurt in any situation. So hopefully she'll be all right because she's a big piece. And
well, she averages 20 points a game.
She's a big piece to their team, and to be honest with you, she's really fun to watch. I mean, she's a really good player and somebody that makes this game of girls basketball and basketball in the state of Kentucky a better game.
Yep. Standing in at 6'1". And coming in for her will be Smalley, 6'2", freshman.
Just a little bit.
Played there in the first half.
That's good.
And Taylor will toss it in the right baseline for E-Town. Goes underneath, batted loose, and Delk comes up with the basketball. Gives it to Jackson. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Jackson now gets rid of it off to Murphy. Down in the corner to Bertram. Bertram's going to fire up a three-point shot. Swish.
Taylor didn't get a hand in her face, and she said, why not? Let's try it and see. A little energy, a little life, maybe.
4 People's Bank threes. Now Taylor knocks it down from the top of the key for 3.
Yeah, tough giving it right back, though.
52-34. 4:40 to play here in the third quarter. Murphy in a bounce pass to Ennis, left of the circle, and trying to force it inside. And it's turned over, and here comes Freeman with it. Freeman breaks to the top of the key, off to Taylor. Taylor working, throws it down underneath to Smalley. She missed the shot underneath, and Bertram comes out with it for the Trojanettes. Behind the back dribble. Now can't shoot, gives it off to Murphy. Throws it across to Jackson. 3 in the air. No. Rebound to Taylor for Elizabethtown.
Where's those rebounds at? Our girls just taking for granted we're hitting everything and just going back.
Clark trying to go baseline, cut off by Delk. Out to Taylor on the left wing. And now Taylor will bring it out. Gets a screen from Smalley. Shoots from long range. No good. Freeman coming over the back of Eve Jackson.
Good box out.
That'll be her second. Team's second of the half. It's on Cormier, excuse me.
We've defended a lot better this half. And I think some of it in the first half was just us not locking down and saying they're not going to beat me. Maybe it took Piper getting them going a little bit in the locker room at halftime to do that.
Jackson dribbling across the top of the key. Now here's Bertram. 3 in the air. Bounces off the back of the iron. Clark had it for a moment, lost it, but got rid of it to Taylor. Taylor racing down the floor on the left side, curls to the corner. One-hand pass there to Clark. Left elbow, throws up the shot. No, Smalley puts it up and in. The tall timber of E-Town at 6'6'2". Of course, Hayes 6'1", out of the game currently.
They can just grab it and keep it up. Yeah. We can't even touch the basketball.
Right. 20-point lead for Elizabethtown. Murphy has it stripped loose and picked up off the floor by Cormier. And it's Freeman with the basketball for the Lady Panthers. 3:06 to play here in the third quarter. 20-point E-Town lead. Freeman with the basketball out front.
Right there.
Freeman
Another one.
angles off left off the screen from Smalley. Taken away from her by Carly Delk. Here come the Trojanettes. Long pass down the floor. Ennis goes under. We're trying to reverse it up. It's no good. E-Town with a rebound. Taylor's got it for the Lady Panthers.
Hurry, Elizabeth.
Taylor. Clark, top of the key. And it is no good. Smalley over the back of Ennis. She had her blocked out of the board. And Smalley's third personal. Team's third of the second half.
We got pretty decent defensively getting some rebounding position. I want to see that same fight on the offensive end. So worried about them getting back in transition. We just kind of concede and don't send anybody to the glass. I'm not sure that's the plan. It's just what our girls have decided to do.
Yeah. 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter as Emma Hughes is checked back into the Trojanette lineup for Raven Ennis. Murphy gets her the basketball to Bertram. Bertram on the dribble. Picks up her dribble. Gives it off to Jackson. Jackson out front around the top of the horn. Hands it back off to Bertram. Fires it up. 3 in the air. No. Rebound pulled down by Franklin, who just checked to the ball game. She brings it down the floor. Angles off to the right. Goes to the basket. Puts it up. It is no good, but draws a foul. Foul is on Eve Jackson, her second. That'll be the first of the second half against the Trojanettes. And it's Franklin at the line for 2 shots. First shot on the way. It's no good off the front of the iron. Franklin averaging 4.5 points a game. She's a 5'6" freshman. This shot comes up short, too. And rebound to Murphy. There's 7 seniors on this Lady Panther squad this year. Bertram goes baseline, little pump fake, trying to go up and gets fouled. And she'll head to the free throw line.
Got Smalley up in the air. 2 ball fakes initially, one to get to the clearance on the baseline, and then the other one to get the foul on Smalley.
And that's 4 on Smalley. And Bertram at the line for 2 shots. She's got 19 points in the contest. Make it, well, I thought that one's going to go down, but it came out. Raven Ennis comes in for Carly Delk for the Trojanettes. Yersison in the ball game, and that's for E-Town. Lockhart back in for Barren County. And Bertram back in the line for the Trojanettes for one more with 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. Shot is in the air, and it's good. Gives her an even 20, and it's 54-35. Freeman takes her time walking across the midcourt stripe.
Stop right here. Get through. Good, nice.
Left side it comes to Franklin. Now Yersison, she walked, but no whistle. Throws it back in the right corner to Franklin, trying to go baseline against Lockhart. Shoots over, hit top of the backboard, battle for the rebound, and as Clark throwing it back up and in. She was like behind the backboard.
Yeah, missed that one there. Raven got to sit down and get a butt into her.
It's 10 points for Clark on the other end. Shots blocked, but Murphy draws the foul and will head to the free throw line.
Katie's got to be aggressive like that all the time. When there's an opening, she's got to go. I know the length in there is a little scary for somebody that's a shorter 8th grader, but she's got to make that creative move to the basket.
Misses a free throw. 0 for 2 at the line. 56-35, Elizabethtown. A minute 19 to play in the third quarter. This shot goes up. It's no good. Clark gets the rebound for E-Town. Freeman will bring it in front court now. Down to minute 10 left to play here in the third quarter. Trojans and Hopkinsville in our second game tonight of our broadcast here from the Barren Hoops Classic. Final game of 5. Here's a 3 out of the corner. Good. Knocking the bottom out of it. Yersison. 59-35 Elizabethtown with 52 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Ennis straight away out to Murphy. Back it comes left over to Hughes. Hughes looking for Lockhart. Can't get it to her. Out it comes to Bertram. Swings it right over to Murphy. Murphy heads into the paint. Out to Ennis. 3 over Clark. Got it!
Tough shot. Clark had her hand in her face.
And that's a People's Bank 3 for Raven Ennis, and that is the 6th one of the night for Barren County. 59-38, 22 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Yersison with the basketball, giving it out now to Franklin. Or to Cormier. 14 seconds to play. They dish it back inside to Cormier. Up with the left hand, no good. Trying to get her own rebound. Got it. Throws it back out to Yersison. 6 seconds to go. Posted down low. Cormier puts it up. Missed it. Clark throws it back up and in. Looked like she was on the back of somebody.
Everybody. She was on the back of everybody.
That ends the third quarter after 3. It is Elizabethtown 61 and Barren County 38. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter of this one after this timeout as you're following the Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104 The Score. or third quarter, 14-13, E-Town over Barren County. So we start the fourth, and it's 61-38 Elizabethtown.
We actually outscored them until that last bucket right there at the horn.
Freeman handles the basketball for the Lady Panthers. Comes out to Yerseson. She gives it to Clark. Clark out front, over to Cormier. Cormier, taking a pass right corner, and they go down low. It's tipped away from behind by Bertram. Here comes Emma Hughes into the front court, off to Bertram on the left side. Cut off in there by Freeman. Now here's a pass deflected, but caught by Murphy. Bounce pass underneath the Delk. She puts it up and in.
Good assist on that bucket.
61-40, 12 points for Carly Delk. As Freeman will bring it across for the E-Town Lady Panthers. Angles off left. Now gets rid of the basketball to Clark. Out top. Clark against Macy Lockhart. Goes in the left corner to Franklin. Three, no. Rebound inside. Shot put up and no good. Spun out. Shot put back up, no good. Back up again, good. As they stay to the offensive end, that was Cormier with her second field goal.
They all go crash the glass.
63-40, and Delk can't handle the pass. It goes out of bounds. Liberty Rice back in for the Trojanettes for Emma Hughes. 6:44 to go. 63-40. Lady Panthers, number 8 team in the state. As Freeman directing traffic out there.
Good, Elizabeth.
Cross-court pass over to Franklin on the left side. Works it into the paint. Throws it back over the right side to Yerseson. Here's a diagonal pass down underneath, and a shot put up and in, and a foul. Going to send Clark to the free throw line. So Clark gets the bucket for her 14th point. Foul on Elizabeth Bertram. That is her first, team second of the half.
Threw it across the court. Gave Elizabeth a little ball fake. She went flying.
Shot's no good for Clark. Delk gets the rebound. Barren County back the other way. Katie Murphy off to Rice on the right wing. Rice dribbles it out, gives it to Bertram. Bertram against Freeman. Behind the back dribble, a whistle and a foul on Freeman.
Number 2, that's her second.
2 fouls on Freeman.
Team 6.
6 on Elizabethtown here in the second half.
44 Thomas.
And Thomas is checked back into the Lady Panther lineup. Bertram in the corner to Lockhart. Lobs it down. It's going to be knocked away. They came in front of Delk, and Thomas swatted it away. Freeman, front court, crossover dribble, and stolen away by Lockhart. Lockhart driving all the way to the hoop, puts it up. It's good, and a foul.
That's a great way to make up for the turnover you just made. Keep playing. Don't get your head down and go down and make a tough shot against a defender that put a lot of body onto you.
Foul on Franklin, number 2 on her. Lockhart, free throw is good. An old-fashioned 3 for Macy Lockhart. 65-43, Elizabethtown. 5:40 to play here in the ball game. Freeman working out there against Katie Murphy. She swatted away, trying to go for the steal. She's going to scoop it up off the floor. Has it for Barren. Sends it down to Rice. Rice loses a handle. Clark comes back up with it for E-Town. Work too hard to get it and then lose it.
Right.
65-43, 5:16 to play. So they work around, hands it off. It's Yerseson, heads to the basket, and puts it up. It's short. Cleared out by Carly Delk for the Trojanettes. Bertram. Baseball pass with the left hand. Lockhart out of the corner. Shot in and out. Rebound by Thomas for E-Town. Freeman. Now on the dribble out front. Off it goes to Yerseson. Bounces out to Clark. Clark against Bertram. Driving. Hooks it off in the corner. Thomas, she walked.
2-step.
Yep. And the handoff. Freeman penetrating the lane. Loses a handle. I believe somebody might get a hand on it. Man, here comes Lockhart. Up and trying to go up with a shot, and she's fouled.
Said, I'm not scared to go into two taller girls there, and did it the right way. Didn't back down. She knew the contact was coming, and she took it.
Number 2 on Clark. That's 8 on Elizabethtown here in the second half. Macy Lockhart. Free throw. Good. Eve Jackson back into the Trojanet lineup. Comes in for Katie Murphy. 65-44. Macy Lockhart puts it up. Good. 3 in a row for Macy Lockhart. 5 points here in the fourth quarter for the freshman. 65-45. Freeman with it for E-Town. Right side to Yersusen. High post Smalley lobs it down. Thomas trying to handle the pass but couldn't. She saved it in bounds, and Jackson's got it for the Trojanettes. Lobs it over to Bertram for the 3 ball. It rims off, and Delk with the offensive rebound. Back out to Bertram. Another 3 try. Good.
If first you don't succeed, try again. That one straight away.
5 People's Bank threes tonight for Elizabeth Bertram. 65-48. 3:38 to play.
Right there in the hill.
23 points for Elizabeth Bertram.
I was going to say, she's got about half.
And going to get a foul out front.
Active hands.
And it will be charged to Macy Lockhart. First foul on Lockhart. Third one on the Trojanettes.
Come on now.
Macy's mom, Amanda Galloway Lockhart, former Trojanette, went to state tournament in 1997.
Played these, not these, obviously Panthers, but the same E-Town team.
Yep, same E-Town team. Shot blocked in there by Lockhart. And it's Freeman leaving it in the corner. Franklin back to Freeman. Freeman throws it cross court over the corner or to Yersusen. Long 3, no. And rebound inside as Thomas put it up, no, and back up and in by Smalley.
Those are the little plays that, drive Piper crazy. Just getting outworked to the ball.
67-48. Jackson had to get up high to get that pass on the baseline. Back out comes to Bertram. Right side corner, Lockhart pulls the trigger for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound to Yersusen for Elizabethtown. 2:40 left in the contest. 67-48 the score. Barren was trailing by 13 at the end of the first quarter. It's kind of been an even game the rest of the way.
Right. Down 22 at half. Cut into that.
Yep. And here's a layup as Freeman drove to the basket one-on-one. 12 points for Freeman. 69-48. Bertram left side over to Lockhart. Lockhart cuts back left and had it swatted away. Got it back, though. Lobs it back out. Rice is there to get it. Rice getting around a defender. Stops. Going to put it up. 15-footer. No. Long rebound comes off. And back over the right side. Bertram with 3. Bingo! Number 6 on the night for Elizabeth Bertram on the People's Bank 3-point shots. 69-51. Minute 45 left to go. Freeman with a basketball for Elizabethtown. Freeman working against Rice. Gives it out to Franklin. And what do we got? The whistle away from the basketball.
Push off on Smalley. I think she's done.
Yeah, that's it. She'll foul out. The 6'2 freshman fouls out with 10 points. And Ellie Taylor will check back into the Lady Panther lineup. And going to get some more changes here. Sarah Clark, number 4, 5'8 freshman. And she looks like she's 5'10. Yeah. And 31, Brooklyn Can, 5'5 freshman. Did we miss anybody? Number 12, Gracie Bowman, a 5'7 senior.
New set of players except for Taylor and Thomas.
Right. Jackson straight away on the right side. Gives it back over to Hughes. Left side to Rice. Feeds it down to Harlow, and she's fouled by Thomas.
I don't know if they have anybody else on the bench, but I'd get everybody I could out, including a top 10 player in the region when you're up 18.
Right. 10 fouls against E-Town here in the second half, and Taylor Harlow, another freshman for Barren County, at the free throw line.
Their best player still in the training room over there. There's been a lot of people go in and check on her, but I haven't seen anybody come out.
And a straightaway free throw banks in for Harlow. You call that a bank shot?
We'll call that a people's bank.
A bank free throw shot. Had a big smile on her face when she hit that one. Second one's good for Taylor Harlow, and it's 69-53 with a minute 22 to play. Can on the dribble for E-Town. They work it around over to Taylor. Taylor's going to fire a three-point shot up. It's no good. Cleared out there by Macy Lockhart. Lockhart trying to get around her defender, Taylor. Bounce pass down low. Here's Harlow putting it up. It's no good. Rebounded there by Sarah Clark for Elizabethtown. And it's Can working one-on-one out there with Hughes. Brings it back out. 48 seconds to play. And Taylor on the dribble. Gets rid of it in the corner. Sarah Clark on the baseline, cut off. Can with it, top of the key, wants to drive with it. Bounce pass goes underneath, between the legs. Loose ball, picked back up. And here's a shot from long range. It's no good, right side. Lockhart with a rebound for Barren County. Lockhart on the right side. 25 seconds to play. Jackson, top of the key, over to Hughes in the corner. Rice pulls the trigger. It's no good. Rebound to E-Town. 17 seconds to play. And Can into the front court. Right side over to Thomas. And giving it back out to Can with 5 seconds to play. Going to let the clock run out here. And Can will just dribble it out, and that will do it. And Elizabethtown wins 69-53 over Barren County tonight to stay undefeated at 4-0. Barren County drops to 3-2 on the season. We'll come back with a post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities after this break. This is the Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104 The Score. Back courtside Barren County High School. The Trojanettes falling to a very good E-Town team tonight, 69-53. Coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. And Coach, good effort by your Trojanettes tonight. A very good E-Town. They ranked number 8 in the state. They beat number 3 Mercy on Thursday night.
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, it's one where you can't really slack off of any of them. You got to guard all 5, and of course we're not going to see many teams that are like that. But
Right.
It was a heck of a test for us. We competed. I thought we hung in there. We scored 15 and then 10 the first and second quarter. They scored quite a bit on us, but I feel like we made some adjustments the second half and did a better job defensively. I mean, they're quick. It's something I thought. Number 2 did a really good job getting to the rim, and we just got to do a better job of keeping them in front.
Yeah, I know though. They had a couple of transfers. The Taylor girl, whose dad played here, Barren County, transferred from Bardstown, Bethlehem 2 years ago, and then the Freeman girl transferred from John Hardin. So they had had a point guard, and they had a 6'2" player coming in, and but they're all about 6'1", 6'2". It just and it will probably be the tallest team you'll play this year.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Their press bothered us a little bit, just their length. We've got to get used to that. But like I said, I thought we competed well. We didn't rebound like we should have. This is a team that keep telling them all year. We have to box out. Anybody our size is not. We're not going to be able to jump with very many teams, and this was one team that we really had to box out on. And we did it in spurts, but giving them second and third chances, it's not going to work against a team like this.
Elizabeth Bertram had a good game for you tonight. She had 6 threes, 26 points.
Yeah, she was feeling it. I thought she was not scared. That's one thing I told them. Don't let their height scare you. And like I said, after that second quarter, we did a better job the second half, just playing fearlessly.
And I thought we played pretty well against the tall timber, trying to battle the boards. Carly Delk really battling in there tonight.
She did, and again, she's about 5'7", plays about like she's 6 foot. Just her athleticism, and again, we just got to keep getting better. I think this is a good learning tool for us, and we'll just got to keep getting better.
Yep, we got a day off tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah.
We go to Edmonson County on Monday, and then we got Caverna on Tuesday at Park City. What do you know about Edmonson County?
Well, they change up their defenses about every other possession, so we've got to be aware of that. But they play hard. They're another tall team, not as tall as this team, but a lot of 5'9", 5'10" girls that play really, really hard that are mostly seniors. So veteran players, well-coached team. We just got to make sure we know what defense we're going up against and take care of the basketball and rebound. I think that's going to be one of the main keys too, and good things will happen.
Yep. Coach, appreciate your time. We'll see you Monday.
All right, Jay. Thank you.
All right, Coach Piper Lindsay. The Trojanettes falling to number 8 ranked E-Town today in the Barren Hoops Classic by a score of 69-53. And we'll look at some stats and scoring here as we look at the post-game stats brought to you by CPC Commodities. Proven on our farm and made for yours. E-Town shooting at 41.6% for the game tonight. Looking at individual scoring, they had 5 players in double figures, led by Sydney Clark with 14, 13 for Ellie Taylor, 12 points for Kayra Freeman, 11 for Whitney Hay, who went out with an injury. Xavier Smalley had 10 points, 4 points for Rakia Cormier, and 3 points for Olivia Yersison, 2 points for Kenzie Franklin tonight. For the Barren County Trojanettes, 26 from Elizabeth Bertram. She had 14 in the first half, 12 in the second half, hit 6 threes in the game. Carly Delk in double figures tonight with 12. Raven Ennis scored 5, 3 for Eve Jackson. Macy Lockhart came off the bench and scored 5 in the final quarter on a field goal and 3 for 3 from the foul line. And Taylor Harlow, another freshman, coming in, scoring 2 points tonight for Coach Piper Lindsay. Elizabethtown led 28-15 at the end of the first quarter. It was 47-25 at halftime. 61-38 Lady Panthers after 3 periods of play, and they go on to win by a score of 69-53. Elizabethtown goes to 4-0 on the season. Barren County drops to 3-2 on the season as they'll travel to Edmonson County on Monday night and then play Caverna at Park City on Tuesday night. So the Trojanettes will not be back home until Saturday, January the 11th, when they'll take on Warren Central. Our postgame report is brought to you by CPC Commodities, proven on our farm and made for yours. We'll come back and we'll get set for pregame coverage of the Trojans and Hopkinsville. And I'm not sure if Hopkinsville has even, I don't see them out here warming up as of yet. I'm not sure if they have arrived, but we'll check on that. And as we continue our broadcast here from the Barren Hoops Classic, again, earlier today in the ball games played here at the Barren Hoops Classic, first game saw Warren Central April knocked down 16 three-point shots to beat Henderson County 78-41. And then Louisville Fairdale beat Murfreesboro Riverdale 65-48. Edmondson County boys over Monroe County this afternoon 75-65. Also on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, the Barren County Middle School 8th grade team. The girls won the district tournament by defeating Monroe County 43-3 and beat Glasgow 46-4. And in the boys' 8th grade district tournament, Barren County winning the championship over Monroe County 47-19 and Glasgow in the championship game 59-46. And I was trying to look at some of those stats there, Robert. It looked at as though E-Town was shooting at 41.6% for the game. Is that what you've got right there?
That's our kids. I didn't really put them together.
I was looking at the wrong stat sheet. I'm so used to DAC stats that kind of miss the DAC stats print off. But anyway, hold on.
Well, I'll tell you while I'm looking at this. You know what's going on with the second game?
No, I do not. I'm sitting here going, where's Hopkinsville at?
Well, I looked at Dwayne kept our stats for us. Rex couldn't be here tonight, so we appreciate Dwayne doing that. And I looked at him and I said, I haven't seen a soul from Hopkinsville. Not a player, not a parent, nobody. Just kind of looking around, I thought it was kind of odd, but they could have snuck in, one of these PE locker rooms back here. They had bus trouble.
Oh, my.
So they got so far down the road, no engine light or something came on, they had to turn around and go all the way to Hopkinsville. So supposedly they're on the Parkway right now. So just guesstimating, they're about, let's just say they're 10 minutes away. If they're 10 minutes away and they can get dressed in 10 minutes, that's 20 minutes, 20-minute clock before the game. So we're 40 minutes away from tip. So this tip probably won't be to 6:45. So, I mean, talk about 2 nights of bad luck. We had power off last night. Now our opponent has engine trouble and probably won't be here. We probably won't start to 6:45. So I don't know how you want to play that, but that's a...
Well, I really don't want to be on the air 40 more minutes before we even get the second game underway. So, Matthew, you and Todd back at the station. It might be wise for us to kind of disconnect for a little while. We've still got some spots to get in. and they played the closing billboard to put me back on. So, yeah, if it's there handy and you can do that. They're out of Region 2, District 8, and Hopkinsville is, as mentioned, 2-3. They lost to Clarksville Kenwood 69-58. They beat Caldwell County in overtime 74-67. Lost to Muhlenberg County 61-54. They beat Clarksville Northwest on Tuesday night 63-45, and last night lost to Christian County by a score of 71-61. They were 16-14 last year, losing to Christian County in the 8th District Tournament 57-54. And they had a guy that was 7-3 last year, Robert. His name was Jamarian Sharp. And it was just a couple of years ago that they won the second region and went to the state tournament where they lost in the first round. And this year, Christian County is favored to win that district. Hopkinsville is predicted to finish third in the 8th District behind University Heights. Of course, Fort Campbell is in that district as well. And down in Region 2, Madisonville North Hopkins is the favorite to win the second region, with Christian County number 2, and then Union County, Webster County, and University Heights in the top 5. Hopkinsville comes in at number 7 in the preseason poll. They're under second-year head coach Larry Miller, and they shoot 39% from the field. They shoot 27% on threes, 71.2% at the foul line. They average almost 29 rebounds a game, and they're scoring 62 points a game, giving up 62.6. The Trojans are 2-1. They beat Monroe County last night in a district game, 63-53, behind Aiden Nikens' 21 points and 17 rebounds. And Will Bandy scored double figures with 12. And, of course, this is the second game of 4 in 5 days coming up for the Trojans. They'll be at Edmonson County on Monday and Caverna Tuesday over at Park City Elementary. Trojans are shooting 48.8% from the field, 33.3% from behind the arc, 69% from the foul line. They're averaging 34 rebounds a game. So what about this matchup, Robert?
Well, an interesting matchup, a team we don't play very often. I'm not sure if we've played in recent memory Hopkinsville. With looking back at your
played them in
stats.
Football several years ago, right, but don't remember a basketball game.
I know we've been to some tournaments over in the western part of the state. We go to Caldwell County one year and played in a Christmas tournament, but maybe never played Hopkinsville. They're going to be athletic. They're going to be a good matchup for us, especially coming after a hard-fought win last night. Aiden Niken played extremely well, started the game off really, really well, and unofficially had him for 17 rebounds. So anytime you can have that massive of a double-double and lead the team and then have some support like we had, I think that's going to be needed night in and night out. What we have to realize is we have to get better ourselves. We have to realize in stretches that we played good, why we played good, and in stretches when we played bad, why we haven't played so well. I think sometimes we just go out there, turn it over, don't really comprehend maybe what we did wrong and what we have to correct to do that better the next time. So this will be a matchup where they get after us. They're going to obviously pressure us. They've got good length, good athleticism, and we're going to have to play well. We're going to have to play well. You saw Edmonson County come in here and beat Monroe County earlier. They shot the ball really well. Decent basketball team. And then obviously Caverna going into a new environment in Park City, even though it's a home game. So it's 3 tough games, 4 games in 5 days, just like the girls, that we're going to have to use to get better as we go down the stretch to a big, important district game on Friday night.
Yep. This is the Zaxby's pregame report. Zaxby's with 2 new adventures to taste. Each meal only $6.99. You get the Smokehouse Cheddar Barbecue Filet Sandwich or the Southwest Chipotle Filet Sandwich at Zaxby's. We'll take a look at tonight's area schedule. We'll also take a look at another Coca-Cola scoreboard check as we saw the games earlier today here in the Barren Hoops Classic on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, where Warren Central, the number 1 team in the 4th region this week, defeating Henderson County 78-41. They had 16 threes in that game, 48 of their 78 points coming from behind the arc in that game. Second game had Louisville Fairdale defeating Murfreesboro Riverdale 65-48 in a boys game. Edmonson County Wildcats beat Monroe County 75-65. And the girls game completed a few minutes ago. Elizabethtown, one of the top-ranked teams in the state of Kentucky, defeating the Barren County Trojanettes 69-53. Girls 8th grade district tournament, Barren County the champs. They beat Monroe County 43-3, yes, 43-3, and beat Glasgow Glasgow 46-4 in the championship game. And the boys middle school Barren County 8th grade won the district tournament. They beat Monroe County 47-19 and beat Glasgow in the championship game 59-46. And on the area schedule tonight, some other games going on. As we take a look at that, brought to you by NHC Healthcare Glasgow, caring in a better way day by day. Bowling Green girls taking on Henderson County at the Muhlenberg County Classic. Doubleheader tonight in Albany with Greenwood going over to Clinton County. Adair County girls are at Glasgow tonight. Logan County girls are at Monroe County. Logan County boys hosting South Warren. That should be an interesting game. Whitesville Trinity at Todd County Central for a doubleheader. Bowling Green boys and Pikeville over at the Jackson County Classic. Adair County boys against Whitefield Academy at the Louisville Iroquois Shootout. And Russellville boys are at McLean County. That's a look at the area schedule. We'll come back, take a look at the starting lineups of tonight's game. After this break, it's the final game of the Barren Hoops Classic as Barren County Trojans take on the Hopkinsville Tigers. And you're following the action tonight on the new 104 The Score. Back here courtside, Barren County High School for the Barren Hoops Classic final game between the Barren County Trojans and the Hopkinsville Tigers. Tonight's lineups brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today. Hopkinsville Tigers under head coach Larry Miller. And the probable lineup looks like it'll go this way. Don Victor, 6'2", 160 senior, averaging just over 19 points a game and 7 rebounds. Arthur McKnight, 5'8", 130 junior, averaging 12.4 points a game. Kensington Cabanis, a 6'4", 175-pound sophomore. Jamarcus Burks, 6'2", 140 junior, averages 6.6 points a game. And the other starter will be number 42, Josh Deeds, 6'3", 170, and a senior. There is one change in the lineup, looks like, unless we've got some number changes here. 21 is Reese Jesse, 6'3", 170 junior, averages 6 points and 8.5 rebounds. And 24 is Jerron Nicholas, 6', 140, a junior. So a totally different lineup than what we thought it would be. So it is Victor. It is Jesse. Also McKnight and Nicholas and Deeds. Does that sound right, Robert?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, well, A little different lineup with Cavanis and Burks. They've been playing quite a bit, and they've been averaging, 6.5, 7.5 points a game. I guess that's coming off the bench. So, anyway, there's your starting lineup for Hopkinsville. Don Victor, Arthur McKnight. Now, Victor, 6'2", 160 senior. McKnight, 5'8", 130 junior. Deeds is 6'3", 170 senior. Nicholas, 6', 140 junior. And Jesse is 6'3", 170 and a junior. So that's the lineup for Hopkinsville. And for Coach Warren Cunningham tonight, we'll be back to the same lineup we had before last night.
Right, normal lineup.
And it's going to be Jacob Shaw, 6'1", 183 senior, averaging 12.5 points a game. Now, we don't have the stats from last night's game, so this is not added into today's numbers. Gavin Withrow, 5'8", 148 junior, averages 9. Will Bandy, 6'6", 212 a senior, averaging 16 points a game. Hayden Niken, 6'5", 204 a sophomore, 11 points and 5 rebounds. And Tyler Bush, 6', 183 senior, averaging, he had 4 points last night. That was the first night he'd scored any points this year, and averaging 5.5 rebounds a game. And Tyler will be playing in the East-West All-Star football game in Louisville tomorrow. And Coach Jackson Arnett, one of the coaches for that All-Star team. That's at DeSales High School at 1 o'clock Central Time tomorrow afternoon. So there's your starting lineups. And the officials for tonight's game, the same three we had in the girls' game: Tawny Brown, Tommy Young, and Jamie and Bailey. The official sponsored Scotty's Contracting and Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality, no matter the size of the project. As we'll get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off and our first quarter of action, sponsored by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. You're listening to 104.7 FM, WCDS, The Score, and online at 104thescore.com tonight. We'll be back on Nash Icon 103.7 Monday night when we travel over to Brownsville to take on Edmonson County.
Got you a good, maybe barbecue place or home cooking place.
I don't know if they're open on Monday over there or not. We'll have to find out for sure.
Yeah,
I know that one place is open.
A little different traveled. Yeah, a couple scores here while we get the official lineups from our PA announcer. Boys games, I got two of each. Boys games, Greenwood 60, Clinton County 53. That's a final. And then in another boys game, Logan County 63, South Warren 48. So Greenwood and Logan County winners in those two games. Girls games, Glasgow won easily over Adair County 71-37, and Logan County won by 12 over Monroe 64-52. So there's a couple. That's everything that's been posted so far, and I'm sure we'll have a few more as we head through this game. And a later Saturday night game than we had hoped.
Yeah, about 45 minutes later.
Yeah. So
Hopkinsville in orange, with white numbers outlined in black. Hopkinsville across the front of their jerseys. Barren County home white, burgundy numbers and letters outlined in gold. Go ahead.
I don't mind it, but I'm kind of glad that orange isn't our school color.
I agree. Well, we got a few more fans in here for this final game tonight. The crowds were really slim earlier today.
Do not have a student section tonight, though.
No.
So maybe their theme tonight is invisible.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. Got a couple over there, but very slim.
Reese Jesse for Hopkinsville in the jump circle. Aiden Niken for Barren County. The Trojans moving left to right here in this first half. Hopkinsville coming right to left. And Jamie and Bailey will step in to toss it. And here we go. Aiden Niken gets the tap, and it's tapped away by Bush, but underneath, Hopkinsville comes up with the basketball. That's Nicholas, and he'll give it to McKnight. McKnight goes left side with it on a bounce pass to Victor. Victor sends it out top now to Jesse, and over the right side now to McKnight. They go down low, and it's taken away by Bandy. Trojans got it, coming the other way. Bush gives it off to Gavin Withrow. Left side, Shaw pulls up 3 in the air. No. And crashing aboard is Aiden Niken. He brings it back out. He's going to fire up a 3, and it's going to be off. Batted up in the air and pulled down by Deeds. Hopkinsville wants to run with it. Working it down low. Going to be a traveling violation charged to Jesse. Ball comes back to Barren County.
But the dead ball situation gives Hopkinsville a chance to pick up full court. Looks like it'll be a full court man.
And Gavin Withrow to toss it in. He's going to have to get somebody open, and it comes into Shaw. Back to Withrow. Pressure in the backcourt. A little 2-2-1. Niken takes it down to the baseline, throws it across the lane and into the corner and out of bounds.
Committed a cardinal sin there. Got up off of his feet with nowhere to go.
Ryan Shirley quickly off the Trojan bench. 6'1", 180 sophomore in for Aiden Niken.
Not the same great start tonight for Aiden as he had last night. But Ryan will come in and give you some energy for sure.
Yeah. McKnight guarded by Withrow out of the right wing. Sends it out to Victor, top of the circle. Now he backs out against Bandy. Gives it back to McKnight. Now McKnight dribbling to the right, cutting back left, off the screen, out top. Wants to drive with it, goes to the basket, puts it up and swatted there by Withrow. And Shaw's got it for the Trojans. Shaw sends it off in the corner. Withrow for 3. It's coming off. And rebound in there by Jesse for Hopkinsville. Victor straight away over to McKnight. McKnight out front. He'll give it back over the right side. And it is Nicholas with the basketball out to Victor. They go inside there. Up and under. Shot goes up. It's no good. By Deeds. Rebound of the Trojans as Withrow gets it off to Bush and over to Shaw. He'll fire up that 3. It's in and out. A rebound pulled down by Victor for Hopkinsville. 2 minutes gone to the ball game. No score. McKnight had it swatted away out of bounds off Withrow.
Trojans need to look for something offensively besides the 3. We're 0 of 4. That's the only thing we've taken tonight.
McKnight with it for Hopkinsville. Over the right side to Victor. Takes the 3, shoots over Bandy out of the corner. It is no good. Rebound taken down by Shaw for the Trojans. Shaw. And that pass skips off Bandy, but it was tipped away. Oh! And we're going to have this overruled, I think, maybe.
That's definite deflection.
So the Trojans will get it back.
Jake's got it.
And it'll be Shaw to toss it in, left side of the Trojan bucket. Shaw looking, still looking. Gets it out to Bandy. He'll give it to Bush. Bush drives in, goes inside, puts up the shot. Ooh, collision and a charging foul on Tyler Bush. So the ball come back to Hopkinsville. 5:39 to play. The first quarter, still no score. Played almost 2.5 minutes. As McKnight handles the basketball against Withrow. Working around to the left side. Victor launches a 3. It's in and out. And fighting for the rebound. They put it back up and in. Kind of ripped it away from Bush's hand. That was Jesse putting it up and in for the first 2.
2.5 minutes before anybody scored.
Yeah. Shaw, long bounce pass left to Withrow. Breaks to the middle of the court. Goes right side with it over to Bush. Bush down low. Bandy. He's triple teamed in there. Puts up the shot. It won't go. Try to reverse it up. And rebound to Hopkinsville. 2-0. The Tigers lead it. 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Victor out of the right wing against Ryan Shirley. Bounces it off in there to Nicholas, top of the key. Nicholas back out now to McKnight. And McKnight will work against Withrow. Bounce pass right over to Victor. Out top it comes to Jesse. Back over the left side to McKnight. McKnight goes down low and a shot put up no good. Tapped up no good. And ball slapped out of bounds. Deeds had a couple of shots at it, but wouldn't go. First substitution for Hopkinsville is Jerron Patterson, 6', 140 junior. Also coming in for the Tigers is Kensington Cabanas, 6'4", 175 sophomore. Barren County's basketball. Full court pressure applied by Hopkinsville. Withrow gets it into Shaw. He turns up court, throws it to Shirley, fires it down to Bandy. Now Bandy's going to have to do something with it. He takes it and gives it back out to Shaw. He's really guarded closely. Back out to Withrow. Now Withrow. Bounce pass in there at the right elbow to Tyler Bush. He turns and goes out to the wing, goes to the baseline, wants to drive, dishes it inside there, and it's taken away. Try to force it in there. On the other end, here's a foul called, and it's going to be Jesse going to the free throw line for 2 shots. Foul is on Gavin Withrow, his first, team second.
Foul number 3, Gavin Withrow, his first, team second.
And at the line for Hopkinsville is Reese Jesse. Free throw is no good. Mason Griggs into the Trojan lineup, 6'1", 138 sophomore, averaging 3.5 points a game. Aiden Niken returning to the Trojan lineup. And now Caleb Hester has checked in for Coach Warren Cunningham, 6'1", 128 senior. Reese Jesse back of the line. His second shot goes up, and it's going to stay in. All over the rim, but it went in. 3-0 Hopkinsville. We played almost half the quarter. And here's Hester off to Niken. Bounce pass back to Hester. In the middle goes to Griggs, and we got a foul out front. And it will be on McKnight. His first, team's first.
If we run a set, I want to go stack. I want to stack it up if we run a set.
And Sean will toss it in on the side. He'll throw it out to Niken. He turns, goes one-on-one, hands it off out to Hester. Throws it back out front to Shaw. He's guarded closely out there by Victor. Griggs off to Bandy, left elbow underneath the Niken. Puts it up and in.
Good job with the high-low action from Bandy to Niken.
First basket not till the 3:44 mark of the first quarter. 3-2 Hopkinsville. With it out top is Victor. Trying to feed it down low to Cabanis. Working inside against Niken. He missed the shot. Rebound to Bandy. Shaw bringing it up court. Crossover to the left. Feeds it off to Griggs. Griggs back out now to Shaw. Long range left. Here's Bandy top of the circle. Over the right side. Niken pulls up with a 15-footer. Bounces. No good. Rebound to Hopkinsville. McKnight out to Reese Jesse. And Jesse drives it down, shoots over Bandy, partially blocked. Niken comes up with the basketball. Up court it goes to Shaw. No look pass. Bandy couldn't handle it. It goes out of bounds, but that is off the leg of the Hopkinsville defender. And now Jamarcus Burks checks into the Hopkinsville lineup, 6'2", 140 junior. Averages 6.5 points a game. Bandy, ball knocked away. It's stolen. Try to pass it off to Hester. Here's McKnight driving into a crowd, and he's going to be fouled.
Easy read there. That's a design play to kick it out and get it back to the corner, and the Hopkinsville player read it all the way.
First foul on Mason Griggs, 3 on the Trojans here in the first half. 2 shots coming to Arthur McKnight. He's an 83% foul shooter on the season so far. Automatic on the first. Corbin Murphy, 6'2", 238 junior, into the Trojan lineup, averaging 3.5 points a game. 4-2 Hopkinsville at 2:49 to play in the first quarter. Second shot's good for McKnight. 5-2 Hopkinsville. Hester having trouble, and Niken fell down. Ball gets loose, and Murphy picks it up, though. Now Niken into the front court, looking, trapped, has it swatted away. Into the back court it goes to Hester. He picks it up, goes to Niken, and a foul on McKnight, and that's his second.
Trying to turn up the defensive pressure a little bit in the half court.
So McKnight will have to go to the bench, and coming in for him is number 15, and I don't think I have a 15 on the roster. Do you have one?
Nope. I'll check it, though.
It's not on the original roster that was sent over. Griggs with the basketball out front, getting some pressure. Left side it goes to Hester. They whip it down in there to Niken. Free throw line, jump shot off the front iron. Rebound to Jesse for Hopkinsville. They go right side with it over to Patterson. And here's a shot going up from 10 feet away. Good. That was Burks. 7-2 Hopkinsville. And a steal almost, but it's knocked out of bounds. Barren County will keep the basketball.
DeJuan Mercer.
All right. DeJuan Mercer, 5'8", 145 freshman, averages almost 6 points a game. Here's a baseball pass and a run out, and Shirley fell down, and the ball is going to sail out of bounds.
You can't run a run out when you have a center fielder.
2:08 to play here in the first. 7-2 Hopkinsville. And it will be Patterson to toss it in. He'll lob it out to Victor. And now Mercer with the basketball. Calling the play against Ryan Shirley. Mercer going to the right. Feeds it off in the corner. And working inside. Here's Victor putting it up and in from 8 feet away. And Warren Cunningham wants a timeout. And it'll be a 30-second timeout with 1:51 to go here in the first quarter. Hopkinsville 9, Barren County 2 to take a People's Bank and Glasgow timeout.
Offensively, in the first almost a little over 6 minutes, I think I would categorize Hopkinsville as very average offensively. Would that be fair?
Yeah.
They don't have anybody that looks like they're going to just be able to blow by you, get to the rim. They don't have anybody with the height that they had last year to post you up. But defensively, they're causing us fits. We come out launching the deep ball didn't go, and then they've turned up the pressure, and we've really had trouble getting good looks at it. So thankfully for us, they are not offensively explosive as well as defensively too, which puts us only down 7, 2 minutes to go, and that's what Warren jumped up, called a timeout, not to let it get any worse.
Tate Pointer's in the ball game for the Trojans. He gets the ball from Shirley. Now bounces it off to Shaw. They're going to have to get it across here. He's double teamed. And now Shirley trapped back to Shaw. He gets it across and threw it away over the head of Pointer and out of bounds.
Trying to lead him a little bit too much. We're going east-west instead of north-south.
Right.
We got to look to our basket and go.
Mercer with the basketball for Hopkinsville. Left side, it comes to Patterson, back out front. They work it around to Mercer again on the right side. They go down low, post in there against Shirley. And the shot goes up and in. That was Burks.
Not much else he could do. Straight up over top of it.
11-2. Ball batted away. Shaw tried to go back for it, and we got a run out on the other end and a layup good. Hopkinsville's Burks with another 2, and it's 13-2 Hopkinsville. 1:06 to play here in the quarter. Ball tipped away out of bounds. And it goes back to the Trojans as Gavin Withrow and Tyler Bush will return to the Trojan lineup.
Can't find a lineup right now that's going to be able to beat the press. Nothing's working. We're, again, not looking up the floor.
Comes into Pointer. Now Pointer being chased in the backcourt. Bounce pass goes over to Withrow, and he's fouled, and it'll be on Burks. His first, Hopkinsville's third of the half.
Foul on number 22, Burks. His first, team third.
58.3 to go here in the quarter. And Withrow gets it inbounds to Mason Griggs. So right now we got Withrow, Griggs, Murphy. Here's a floater up and in. Nice running shot for Griggs. Also Pointer's on the floor and Tyler Bush. 13-4. 43 seconds to play, first quarter. Tigers with a basketball. Mercer dishes it down in the corner to Cavanis. Cavanis trying to work against Bush. Has to throw it back out. They were living in the lane.
There we go.
Yep, there it is. 3-second count against Hopkinsville with 28 seconds to play here in the first. Hopkinsville still picking up all over the floor, man-to-man. And Withrow gets it into Pointer. Bounces back to Withrow. He'll bounce it off to Griggs. He's going to trap back to Withrow. And he's going to take one step too many, and that'll be a traveling violation.
The sidelines are not your friend in the 2-2-1. The middle is, but we don't have anybody flash the middle. When that ball gets reversed, the opposite guy has to flash and show himself to give us an outlet. Just not been there, and that's why we're down by 9.
And so Hopkinsville gets the ball inbounds to Mercer. Down to 17 seconds to play. Mercer against Withrow out front. Still on the dribble. Now he'll reverse it and go right. And what do we got? A foul away from the ball.
It looks like it'll give us back to us. Moving screen on Cabanis.
Team's fourth with 6.6 to play. Aiden Eichen, Will Bandy returning to the Trojan lineup.
Plenty of time, but that pressure is going to cut into that time getting it down the floor in only 6.6.
And Josh Deeds has returned to the Hopkinsville lineup. And Withrow will toss it in. Withrow gets it inbounds to Griggs and almost had it ripped away from him, but Mercer, but he stepped out of bounds.
Took a second and a half off, only got 5 left. We got to get something going towards our basket and have a shot at scoring here.
So Jacob Shaw back into the Trojan lineup now. 5 seconds to go, first quarter. There we go. Ball comes out to Niken. Get around the defender. You're going to have to hurry to get to the basket. Throws it out the corner. At the buzzer, it's an air ball.
Got a good look, though.
That ends the first quarter, and it's Hopkinsville 13, Barren County 4. We'll return after this break. This is the Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104 The Score. Back courtside, Barren County High School here on the Barren Hoops Classic final game. Trojans find themselves down 13-4 as we start the second quarter. Presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. And Withrow handling the basketball, getting a lot of pressure from Mercer out front on the left side. He'll set it down to the corner to Shaw. Now Niken, left of the lane, goes inside, puts up a little hook shot that's no good, gets his own rebound, goes to the floor. Jump ball. Yeah. Possession arrow to Hopkinsville.
We got to get it to the rim. Griggs got it to the rim. We scored. Shooting around the perimeter, we didn't have success, so we got to change it up and tried it there coming out of the huddle.
Mercer with the basketball for Hopkinsville on the right side of the floor. He'll bounce it off to Victor for a long three. Swish. Net wrapped around the rim, so have to pull it down. 16-4, Hopkinsville.
Didn't see this one coming.
And to wipe up some wet spots off the floor. Now Withrow trying to get the ball in bounds, does to Niken. Pass is deflected, but Bandy's there to get it. Back to Niken, and what do we got? A collision here with about 3 Hopkinsville players, and it's on 42. That is Deeds. His first, team's 5th.
Beat the pressure a little bit better that time. We're doing a better job looking up the floor, too, so maybe learning from our mistakes.
Bandy will toss it in, left of the bucket. Comes down the corner to Niken. He'll send it to Withrow. Dumps it back into Bandy. Turnaround shot in the lane. Rims in.
Good out of bounds there. Good shot from Bandy. Let's get going now. Down 10. We got to go.
16-6. Almost a minute gone here in the second quarter. Victor sends it out to Patterson. Now they go back to Mercer. Turnaround shot, free throw line off the front iron for Victor. Bandy with a rebound. Gives it to Shaw. Shaw into the front court. Sends it off to Withrow. Had an open look at the 3 there, but didn't take it. He'll lob it back out. It's going to come back into the back court. And out of bounds to Hopkinsville.
Had aided and posted, too. Throw it into the big fella and see what he can do back to the basket.
Patterson will toss it in for the Tigers. Comes out to Mercer. Barren County in a 2-3 zone. Got Pointer and Withrow on the top. Pull-up jumper on the left side. Good for that's Mercer.
Now they're starting to make some jump shots, too. That's going to get ugly.
18-6. Withrow sends it down to Niken to the right side. He'll hook it off in the corner. Shaw for three. Bottom. Need a few of them. People's Bank 3 for Jacob Shaw. 18-9 Hopkinsville. Left side. They give it to Patterson. Patterson bounces out, stolen away by Pointer. Pointer heading to the rack. He'll put it up. It's blocked from behind, and Hopkinsville back the other way. Mercer lost the handle, loose on the floor. Got it back though. Sends it across over to Victor. Fakes the three, drives the baseline. He's fouled. Jacob Shaw, his first, team's fourth. And now for Hopkinsville, Nicholas is back in. So is McKnight. McKnight playing with two fouls. And at 5:58 to play here in the first half. Hopkinsville's basketball. Nicholas throws it out to Victor. And now McKnight handling the point. Off the left side, wants to drive with it, got around Shaw, puts it up too strong against the window, and a foul on the rebound. It'll be on 42, and that is Deeds, his second, team sixth.
Up 9. I don't know why they have anybody with two fouls on the floor, as many kids as they played.
Well, they played about 10 players already. They got Burks back in the game now for Hopkinsville. Full court pressure by Hopkinsville as it comes in to Shaw. He'll head up court with it, and a diagonal pass over to Pointer. Pointer now covered up. He'll give it back out to Withrow. Now Shaw. Left side over to Niken. Niken down low. Bandy turns with a hook shot. It's no good. Rebound by Shaw. He'll put it back up. It's blocked. Got it back, though. Back out to Withrow for the three-pointer. Good.
Easy to step into. Straightaway three.
18-12. People's Bank 3. And it pulls Barren County back within 6 with 5:17 to play in the first half. And now here is Victor working inside. Whistle, collision, knocked down Shaw and Withrow.
It's a 7-10 split.
And Victor, his first personal, number 7 on the Tigers here in the first half.
You see a little bit more energy now out of the white jerseys.
Withrow inbounds out to Shaw. Shaw straight away back over to Withrow. Withrow, jump pass left side of Niken. Cross-court pass tipped and out of bounds off the hand of Nicholas. Trying to throw it back across to Shaw. Trojans will keep it. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter with Barren County trailing Hopkinsville 18-12. In the corner, Pointer pulls the trigger. Got it.
Heating up a little bit. 3-point game.
3 threes for Barren County here in the second quarter. 3 of the 4 field goals from behind the arc. People's Bank threes, and we're down by a tray. 18-15. 4:45 to go in the first half. McKnight with the basketball for Hopkinsville. Works against Bandy. A little head fake. Goes the basket. A little pump fake. Goes up, and Bandy fouls him. That'll be his first and the team's 5th of the half. McKnight will be at the line. And he was 2 for 2 there in the first quarter. First of 2, no, comes off.
Bandy got switched off on the pick and roll, and that created a matchup which allowed him to get beat to the rim and had to go over the back to catch up.
Patterson back in, Capitas back in for Hopkinsville. And this shot goes up. It's good for McKnight. 19-15. Hopkinsville with a 4-point lead. 4:37 to play in the first half. We got a whistle and a foul on the inbounds pass. They tried to go to Bandy with it, and he was fouled by McKnight, and he's going to have to go to the bench. That's 3.
Floor, I don't know. A little slick. Bandy slipped 3 or 4 times. He slipped trying to get that basketball and almost caused us a turnover.
I don't think there's any water or anything on the floor. Unless where some people fell down and got some perspiration on the floor. But Will Bandy's going to step to the free throw line. 1 in a bonus. Shot goes up, good. 19-16. Hopkinsville led 13-4 at the end of the first quarter. 12-6 run by the Trojans. They get a 13-6 run as Bandy connects.
Pick up some pressure here, maybe.
2-point ball game. 4.5 to go, second quarter. Here's Victor driving. Ooh, he lines with Shaw, and that's going to be a block. Second foul on Jacob Shaw.
We tried to trap, but we really never got organized enough.
And that's going to put Victor at the line. First one's good. Gives him 6 points. Mason Griggs comes in for Jacob Shaw. He's going to sit down with those 2 fouls at 4:28 to play here in the first half. Victor. This one's going to come off. Bandy with a rebound. Niken trying to work through traffic. He'll give it over to Bandy on the left side. Back out to Niken. Then Niken goes to Pointer. Fakes, drives to the baseline. He'll fire it up there, and it comes off. Griggs, the offensive rebound, and he got smacked across the arm. It'll be charged to Mercer. His first, team's 9th. Mason Griggs, 6-foot sophomore at the charity stripe. Shot goes up, rims out. Niken with a rebound, back up, it rolls in.
Just got it over the front of the rim as he's losing his momentum backwards.
20-19, a 1-point ball game here. As Mercer handles it against Withrow. Now Victor working in there against Niken. And the foul on Niken's going to be his first. Team 7th. That will put Hopkinsville in the bonus.
He trailed the curl cut and tried to grab him with both hands as he was afraid he was getting ready to get away from him.
Victor, 1 of 2 at the line. The shot goes up. It comes off. Rebound to Griggs.
Chance to
He's
take
an
the lead.
82.5% foul shooter.
Come get it, Gav. Come get it, Gav.
Griggs needs help. Throws it over to Withrow. Withrow out front between the circles. Works left side. Against Tayshawn Head. Here's a layup. Good for Griggs.
And it was just a matter of time before we called that play, which manipulates them because they overplay so much.
Barren County's taking the lead, 21-20. 3.5 to go, second quarter. Tayshawn Head, 5'8" senior, in the ball game right now. And here's Mercer with the basketball on the right side. Mercer brings it back out against Withrow. Wants to take him one-on-one, spin move, and a foul. Withrow be charged for the reach-in.
90% of the time when you slap down, you're not going to get away with it.
That's his second. Team's 8th. So Mercer will have 2 shots. And the shot goes up, and it is no good for Mercer. He'll get 1 more. Caleb Hester returning to the Trojan lineup for Gavin Withrow. So he, along with Jacob Shaw, have 2 fouls. Mercer back at the line. This shot goes up, and it comes off. And Griggs with a rebound. Gets rid of it up court to Pointer on the left side. Across it goes to Niken. Niken gets around his defender, goes to the basket. The leaning shot up and in, and a foul. And a foul on 31. That is Cavanis. His second, team's 10th.
He thought about what he wanted to do there for a minute, but he had that whole right side cleared out. Once he finally decided that he was going to the rim, he did it with authority. Nice, strong move through the defender.
Barren County has a 3-point lead, 23-20, with 3:07 to play here in the second.
Hey, we got our matchups. Hey, we got our matchups.
Niken had a big night last night against Monroe County, 21 points, 17 rebounds. So Niken will try to complete an old-fashioned 3-point play. And it comes out. Rebound to Hopkinsville. Mercer into the front court. Mercer working against Mason Griggs, goes left side. They fire it out of the corner. It's Victor. No. Rebound, Caleb Hester for the Trojans. He'll send it up court to Niken. Trying to split the defenders. Jump stop. Kicks it over to Griggs. Griggs to the baseline. He's cut off. Reverses it back out. Hester a 3. No. And it comes off to Pointer. Trojans keep it alive. Niken, top of the circle, driving. Pull-up jumper, 12 feet, no. Rebound yanked down by Victor for Hopkinsville with 2.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Mercer on the dribble against Griggs. Right side over to Victor. They go down low, working in there against Hester. Spin move. And he walked. Shot goes up and in. I don't know how he got that one, but without walking. 5th point for Jesse. 23-22. 2:10 to go in the first half. Here's a nice find down to Pointer, working inside, trying to go underneath. Shot blocked from behind, and Hopkinsville's got it coming the other way. 2 minutes to play in a half, and here's a layup good on the other end. Hopkinsville Burks, his 8th point. Now Hopkinsville regains the lead, 24-23. Pointer steps back, shoots the 3. Bingo!
Is that 4 or 5?
That is 5 in this quarter. And on the other end, we're going to have a foul. Basket will not count. 26-24 Trojans. The foul on Mason Griggs. That's number 2 on him. Number 9 on the Trojans here in the first half as Will Bandy will return to the Trojan lineup. And for Hopkinsville, it is Patterson. Mercer, 1 in the bonus. Tyler Bush back in the Trojan lineup. He'll come in for Mason Griggs. So now 3 Trojans with 2 fouls. And Mercer, 5'8" freshman at the line. He's 0 for 2 from the stripe. Yeah, Barren County with 5 threes in the second quarter. 5 of their 9 field goals. Here's a shot for Mercer. It's good. 26-25. Mercer puts this one up, and it comes off, and Hester claims the rebound. Needs help, fires it over to Bandy. Ball's deflected, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans with 1:36 to play here in the second quarter. And Tyler Bush will toss it in right here in front of us. Bush gets it in play to Bandy. Feeds it back to Bush. He's going to drive in the corner. Pointer, the 3. Write it down.
Right decision. You don't usually pass up what could be a layup for a 3, but he's got the hot hand.
3 threes for Tate Pointer. And a 29-25 Barren County lead. And that is the 6th 3-point shot on People's Bank threes tonight. Trying to get around Niken. And Niken took it away from him, and they're going to call a foul. That'll be 2 on Niken. Or they put it on Hester. I think they put it on Hester. So Hester, his first. Team's 10th. First shot is up and good for Victor. It's point number 7. 29-26 Barren County. 1:08 to play in the second quarter. And that shot also good for Victor. 29-27. Ball comes into play to Niken. Baseball's at left side corner, and he tried to throw it across. It's deflected up in the air. Turnover by Barren. Victor, bounce pass, almost knocked away by Bush from behind, but regained control by the Tigers. Down to 53 seconds to play here in the first half. 29-27. Hopkinsville, they go down low. Shot put up, no good. Batted out, and Bush has got it. Up court it goes to Bandy, and he's in trouble. The ball gets scooted away. Well, somebody's foot there. On the other end, has a double dribble, no call, and a 3 out of the corner, good.
He definitely caught it, put it back down, and double dribble.
And Hopkinsville regains the lead 30-29. Niken splitting, going through traffic, a whistle and a foul. It's on number 2, and that is Patterson, his first. Both teams in the double bonus here with 19.5 seconds to play. And the shot's good for Aiden Niken. Point number 7, ties the game at 30. And this shot goes up, good again for Niken. Brian Shirley in for Tate Pointer. Knocked down 3 threes in the second quarter.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference when you're knocking down shots.
Who's got this team here?
31-30 Trojans, 19 and a half seconds before halftime. Mercer with the basketball against Caleb Hester. Down to 12. Mercer trying to clear it out for him one-on-one against Hester. Goes inside, goes under, puts it up, it came up short. Bush with the rebound, 3 seconds, 2. Going to have to heave it up. It is going to go off. It almost went in from midcourt. That'll do it for the first half, and here at halftime, Barren County scores 27 points in the second quarter and to outscore Hopkinsville 27-17 to take a 1-point lead here at the break, 31-30. We'll come back with a halftime report brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill after this break as you're following the Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104 The Score. 31-30, our score here at halftime. Barren County leading Hopkinsville after scoring 27 points in the second quarter. Only scored 4 points in the first quarter. We're down 13-4, but outscored Hopkinsville 27-17 in the second quarter. Coach Brent Spillman with me courtside here. And, Coach, congratulations on that district championship, 8th grade. And, I look at some of these scores that you all have had this year, and, I mean, defense is the name of the game. I mean, you've been outscoring people like 43-3 and 46-4 in the tournament today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's something we really preach is defense. We know, we understand, Jay. We are a feeder program, and we want these girls to come up here and ultimately give Piper a great team to play with. And I know I've heard her say in her practices of, that if you can't play defense for her, it's going to be hard to play for her. And so we stress it day in, day out in the gym. And our girls do a wonderful job of executing. We mix things up, do a lot of different things, and they do a wonderful job of getting in position and being disciplined and just do a lot of things well. But you're exactly right. Defense is for sure the name of the game.
So you finished the season, what, 23-0, 24-0?
Right now we're 24-0. We got one more
game to go?
Yes, sir. We told them today our first goal was to win the district, and we accomplished that today. And then Tuesday night we'll go to Drakes Creek, and that'll be it, and that'll be 25-0. If we win that game, that will make us 45-0 in 2 years.
Wow.
So
that's impressive. That is very impressive. Talk about, I know you mentioned Drakes Creek. Have you played them this year?
We have. have. I don't remember the score or anything like that. We played them at home. We beat them,
But you've outscored your opponents single digits. I mean, you've held them to single digits about every game this year.
Yes, sir. I was counting it the other day I don't remember for what reason, but I was looking at it. I think we've had 15 games where we've held a team to single digits.
Wow.
And so,
and then you're averaging in the 40s to 50 range.
Yeah. We scored 40 twice today, 43 and 46, and then we've had games we've put up 70. We've had games we put up 60.
Right.
And we've hit spurts where we didn't play well and was able to still find a way to win. But just a good group of girls, Jay. They work hard. We love them. They put the time in and they give us every ounce of energy they have.
Now, I know I don't know if you want to rule out, don't single out anybody, but as far as your players, individual players, who's played well for you this year?
A team effort. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from one night to the next. You never know. And there's a coach I have a great deal of respect for that we play, and I did tell him, we played him before a game. I said, Coach, I want you to understand when I sub that we're just as good when we put our next five in. So I don't want you thinking if you see my starters come back in, that
interchangeable.
I mean, and it's we literally most nights can go 5 in, 5 out, and not really lose a step. So just a really good group.
Yeah. Well, Coach, congratulations to you on the victory over the Scotties today, and also Monroe County in the district tournament. Now you've got a 7th, 8th grade girls coming up with Drakes Creek, and it's Monday, did you say?
Tuesday
okay.
night doubleheader. That will we'll play in the Trojanet tournament up here, and but Tuesday night will be our last season game that we consider a part of our season, and that Trojanet tournament we for sure won't go try to win it. We've won it in the past, and but we'll we like to use that and kind of get our work started for the next season to come too. So
great job. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Coach Brent Spillman of the middle school girls, the district champs today. They defeated Monroe County 43-3 and Glasgow 46-4 today in the girls' 8th grade district tournament. We'll come back, take a look at some stats and scoring after this break. It is Barren County 31, Hopkinsville 30, and you're listening to the Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104 The Score. Welcome back courtside Barren County High School. Here the final game of the Barren Hoops Classic. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, statistician Dwayne Withrow, Matthew Clark on controls in the 104 of the Score Studios. Halftime report brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Colton's thanks you for your business, and for every $25 purchase in gift cards, you get a $5 bonus card. So book your Christmas parties with Colton's, and Merry Christmas from Colton's. Scoring in the first half, Don Victor, 11 points for Hopkinsville, 3 for Arthur McKnight, 8 for Jamarcus Burks. DeJuan Mercer had three, and Reese Jesse had 5. Barren County led in scoring in the first half from Tate Pointer, knocked down 3 threes in the second quarter. Aiden Niken scored 8, a 3-pointer for Jacob Shaw, also a 3 for Gavin Withrow. 4 points for Will Bandy in the first half. Mason Gregg scored 4, and I believe that was all the scoring. And you look at the stats there, Robert, for the first half. Barren County 6 of 15 in the field, 5 of 10 from behind the arc.
Yeah, if you combine it all together, we were 11 of 25 for 44%, and those obviously those threes were what really got us going. Tay opened it up, and if it wasn't for him knocking down one, Jacob knocking down one, and Gavin and Caleb missed his. I'm sorry. We wouldn't. I don't know where we'd be. We were down at one point.
We're down like 17-4 one time.
Was
right?
it 17-4? I had 16-5, and I didn't know if it was any worse than that. So, great effort to get us back to where we are, and I'm really surprised and thrilled we have the lead, but we cannot get back in a hole to start this third period.
And this third quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. The ball comes out to Tyler Bush. He'll give it to Withrow. And now Withrow will bring it up against Mercer. Gets it in front court, right side, dumps it off at a high post to Bush, turns and fires it off to Shaw. And down on the baseline, has to curl it back out to set it up. He'll give it off to Niken in the corner. And now he'll give it back out front to Shaw. Right side is Withrow. Here's a lob down to Bandy. Bandy puts it up and in.
Entry from the high post or from the top of the key is so much easier because you don't get that help. Let him right to the basket in the hoop.
Barren County 33, Hopkinsville 30. As the Tigers work the basketball around, Mercer gives to, I think that's Patterson, who starts the second half. McKnight's on the bench with 3 fouls for Coach Larry Miller. Mercer goes left side over to Victor. Defended by Bush. Out top is Deeds. Deeds bounce pass and a shovel pass inside and a shot put up and in. That is Patterson getting his first 2.
Ran a little bit of our backdoor action there to get a bucket.
A little different pressure here by Hopkinsville. And Gavin Withrow gets rid of the basketball, and here's a 3 by Shaw. It's good.
3 barrage.
That is number 6 on the night for the Trojans. The People's Bank 3-point shots. Barren County 36, Hopkinsville 32. With it out front is Mercer. Mercer dribbles to the right. He'll get rid of the basketball to Victor. Back out to Mercer. Mercer out between the circles now. Mercer goes right side over to Patterson. Patterson at the free throw line. Back over the left side. They give it to Mercer. Mercer feeds it off now into Victor. Victor goes right side. Now Patterson brings it back out front. He'll go back left side with it. In the corner, Victor pulls the trigger and got it for 3. That's his 3rd tray of the game. Timeout by Coach Larry Miller in Hopkinsville. 14 points for Victor, and the lead is 1 now for the Trojans at 36-35, and 2 minutes gone here in the second half.
If I'm not mistaken, he has all their threes. Is that correct?
That is correct.
If you look at it on the season, he's 8 of 28 coming into this game. So he's got 3 more to add to that. He's their best 3-point shooter as far as makes go throughout the year. So we've got to do a better job identifying and finding him and not letting him continue to get hot.
Don't forget, Monday night we'll be on the road at Edmonson County. Girls game at 6 o'clock. We'll be on the air back over on Nash Icon 103.7. Monday night, 5:40 airtime. Tuesday night at Park City Elementary, where the Trojans and Trojanettes will play Caverna. Next Friday night, go to Allen County, Scottsville for a district game. Ball comes into Niken, and he dribbled it off his foot. Turnover by the Trojans.
Tried to dribble through too many.
Yep. And here's a pass down low, and Niken tried to block it, and his defender with a pump fake put it up and in. That's Deeds. And now Hopkinsville has regained the lead 37-36. Shaw gives it back over to Withrow. Back to Shaw. They're going to have to think about getting across here. He's trapped in the backcourt. Midcourt goes to Bush. Floats it over to Withrow. Baseline Bandy going strong to the bucket. He had it blocked on him, trying to reverse it. Got it back though in the right corner. Out to Withrow for the three ball. It is off high. And rebound pulled down by Niken. He lost it, and Hopkinsville comes up with the basketball. Mercer on the dribble. Goes left side. Victor leaves his defender, which is Tyler Bush. Goes in the lane, and a shot goes up and in, falling away with a one-hander. 16 for Victor. 39-36, Hopkinsville by 3. Shaw sends it down to Bush. Lobs it to Niken. He lost the handle or went through his hands, out of bounds. Going to be off the hands of Victor. For Hopkinsville, the Trojans will keep it. Niken's going to check out. Ryan Shirley back here in the second half for the Trojans. Ball comes out to Bandy in the corner. Bandy, cross-court pass out to Shaw on the left side. Back out front it comes to Withrow. Now Withrow will work against Mercer. Bounce pass left elbow. Shirley bounces back out to Withrow. Right side it goes to Bush. Down low Bandy trying to get around his defender. He's double teamed. Back to Bush. Ball knocked away and it's stolen by Mercer. He almost dropped it out of bounds. Weaves through traffic. Dumps it off inside. Ball's deflected but caught by Deeds and back around the perimeter. Hopkinsville keeps it.
He's getting sloppy right now.
39-36, Hopkinsville with a 3-point lead. 4:12 to go in the third quarter. Mercer gives it over to Victor at the right elbow. Now he'll want to penetrate and jump shot falling away. Good for Victor. He has scored 7 of their 11 points here in the third quarter. And a timeout by the Trojans with 4:02 to play here in the third quarter. Hopkinsville with a 5-point lead, 41-36. So we take a People's Bank timeout.
Hopkinsville 5 of 5 to start the second half.
Can't get any better than that.
No. 4 twos and a 3 has helped them regain the deficit they had from halftime and then add to it. So really struggling right now. We are taking care of the basketball. We had 11 turnovers in the first half, and we have not stopped that bleeding, if you will, here in the second. So got to get a little bit more organized and find what's going to work to beat their pressure and get in the half court, set up a good offense.
And we were 5 of 10 from behind the arc in the first half. Those 3-point shots. Now we've got one more, but I don't know what attempts are now. We're 6 of whatever, maybe 12. Bounce pass coming to Bandy, out of bounds, off the hand of Deeds. And it'll stay with Barren County.
We were 50% in the first half from 3.
Yeah, 5 of 10, I believe it was.
And they were 1 of 2 this half, so we're still 50%.
Yeah. Ball comes to Bandy, hands it back to Shaw. Shaw getting pressure from Victor. Drives to the right side, gives to Withrow. Withrow back out to Shaw. 3-pointer in the air, and no good. Rebound Bandy trying to go back up. A foul going to be called against the Tigers.
Shaw didn't quite follow through on that one. Came up short, but still got the offensive board opportunity.
And that's 3 on Josh Deeds. He's the second starter to pick up 3 for Hopkinsville. McKnight has been on the bench for quite a while with his 3 personal fouls. And the free throw is good for Bandy. 3 for 3 at the stripe for the 6'6 senior. And it's 41-36. Should be 37. Second shot is on the way and good again. 41-38. I don't think they put it up on the board yet. 3:39 to go here in the third quarter, and that's up there. 3-point lead. Working down inside. There should have been a walk. The shot put up and in. Looked like he shuffled his feet. That's Cavanis getting his first 2 of the night.
Took 2 steps to get all the way around Shaw.
43-38. Hopkinsville with a 5-point lead. Here's Pointer, who's back in the court, who hit 3 threes in the second quarter. Shaw gets it across. Back over to Pointer, long range right. Pointer, left-handed dribble, over to Shaw on the left side, goes down low to Bush. Bush puts up the shot, it won't go. Battle for the rebound. Shirley threw it back in bounds, but Hopkinsville catches it, and here comes Victor. Victor curls out to the corner. He'll throw it back out to McKnight.
who had 3 fouls, and we tried to go at it. Instead, we faded away.
And now McKnight picks up his dribble, right side corner. Back out to McKnight. 2:40 to play here in the third. A 5-point Hopkinsville lead. Right side, they give it to Patterson, who's back in the game. McKnight with it, long range left. Turnaround shot from the left elbow, no good by Victor. And Shaw blocking out Hopkinsville on the board, out of bounds to the Trojans. Caleb Hester back in the Trojan lineup, so is Aiden Niken. 2:25 to play, third quarter. And full court pressure by Hopkinsville. Hester gets the ball inbounds, is swatted away out of bounds. Burks came in and swatted away, is trying to go to Niken. So Hester looking, gets it into Shaw, back to Hester. Back over to Shaw. Shaw brings it on the near side. Now bounce pass off to Pointer in the left corner. Throws it way back out front to Hester. Back to Pointer in the corner. 3 ball is no good. And crashing aboard Hester, saved it in bounds, and Shirley comes up with it. He'll dribble it back out front. Sends it across over to Tay Pointer. Pointer guarded by McKnight. Really putting the pressure on. He needs some help out there. Going to have to do something with it. He double dribble.
He thought
McKnight got a hand on it.
He thought it not. He
slapped it to the floor. Hopkinsville's basketball with 1:54 to play here in the third. As they get it into play to Mercer. Mercer comes out to balance the floor against Jacob Shaw. Right side is McKnight. Back out it comes to Burks. Burks, he walked, no whistle. And now we're going to get a foul, or no, a walk call against Cavanis. At 1:38 to play here in the third quarter. Hester gets the ball in play to a running Niken. Here's Pointer. Another 3 ball. No good. Crashing aboard is Burks for Hopkinsville. Mercer pulls up and shoots a jump shot. It's no good. Hester with a rebound. Hester gets rid of the ball to Niken with 1:20 to play in the third quarter. Down 5 to Hopkinsville. Now Shaw's going to set it up. Victor's out guarding him. Shaw dribbles left and intended for Niken, 2 wide out of bounds. Gavin Withrow coming in for Tay Pointer with 1:06 to play here in the third.
Add another turnover to the list. Got to execute that play better, just be in better position.
McKnight be in the front court against Pointer. Or excuse me, Withrow. Long range right. He'll set it off around the perimeter. Here's Mercer. Fakes, drives, goes to the basket. Oh, a collision here. That's going to be an offensive foul. Aiden Niken set up for the charge. And the foul charge, too. Mercer is second. Team's second of the half. Not as many fouls called here in the second half as there were the first.
I was worried he was a little too far under the rim to get the charge, but we got the call.
And Withrow will toss it in. Trying to get somebody open. It comes into Shaw. Back to Withrow. 45 seconds to play in the third. Trojans down by, they take it away. He was double teamed. Shot goes up and in. Burks is 10-point. 45-38 Hopkinsville. Shaw gets it down the floor to Niken. Niken in the lane. Throws up the jumper. No good. And rebound ripped down by Victor. Mercer back over to Victor on the left side. Back out now to Mercer with 20 seconds to play. Barren County down 3 possessions here. So we head toward the end of the third quarter. Bringing it back out front is McKnight. 10 seconds to go. McKnight dribbles between his legs against Withrow. 7 seconds. Going to take him one-on-one. And it collides with Withrow, or whether with Niken, and traveling violation. with 3.7 to play.
He did. I didn't really see it initially, but he picked the ball up and took a couple extra steps. We'll get a shot at it, but
yeah, gonna have to bring it to the length of the floor with full court pressure. Shaw gonna throw up a heave at midcourt. Almost banked it in. That's the end of the third quarter. Hopkinsville scores 15 points in the third. Barren County only scores 7 in that third period of play. 45-38 Hopkinsville. Back for the fourth quarter after this break. This is the Barren Hoops Classic of the new 104 The Score. Back with the fourth and final quarter, 45-38 in favor of Hopkinsville. This fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Barren County outscored 15-7 in that third period. 2 single-score quarters for Barren County tonight. Only scored 4 in the first, but scored 27 in the second period.
yeah, you can't fluctuate like that, though.
Nope. McKnight gives it out to Victor. Ooh, that's going to be a charging foul on Victor. Hester went to the deck.
I think when he blew the whistle, it was a reach in on Caleb, but when he continued on, he pushed off and he changed his call.
So Barren County's basketball in front of the Hopkinsville bench comes into Shaw. Shaw turns up court, being chased out there by Victor.
See if we can get a backdoor action here.
Left side, it comes to Withrow. He loses it out of bounds.
Nope. Got to get it in position and run the play before we can do it.
So the turnover gives it right back to Hopkinsville with 7:41 remaining. And the inbounds pass comes out to McKnight. Well, how many turnovers we got tonight?
6 this quarter, 11 in the first half, so 17.
Hopkinsville turns it over. Victor couldn't handle the pass and bobbled it, and it went back into the backcourt.
Unforced turnover for them, but 17 for us. We've got to change the tide.
Down 3 possessions, 45-38, 7:25 to go in a basketball game. Griggs has got it on the right side. He'll send it out to Hester. Bounce pass to Shaw. Shaw feeds it down there to Niken. He's trapped, double team, triple team, trying to feed it underneath the bandy.
Just threw it away.
Yep. The ball coming back to Hopkinsville with 7:14 remaining.
No flow. We have no flow whatsoever tonight in our offense. We've hit some shots. We hit those threes, and that's really the only reason we got a chance right now.
And here's McKnight trying to set things up for the Tigers. Getting a screen out top. Now works off against Hester. Drives in, got around the defender, and put it up and in. He got around Griggs.
Good play by him.
That's his first field goal tonight. 5th point. He's 3 of 4 at the line. Bandy feeds it off to a breaking Caleb Hester, and the shot won't go, but he got fouled. Gavitas is third personal, number 4 on Hopkinsville here in the second half. And Caleb Hester at the line. Free throw's good. His first point tonight. Mason Griggs checking out for the Trojans. And Cody Lane, his first appearance tonight, 5'11", 157 senior. 47-39. And Hester puts it in the air, and it's good. That makes it 47-40. Trojans down by 7. Still plenty of time here, 6:40 to play. McKnight with the basketball for Hopkinsville. Bounce pass right over to Mercer. Mercer sends it out top. There to Burks, and now he'll throw it over to McKnight. Feeds it back to Victor, top of the circle against Niken. Right side, deep is Burks. Bounces down in low, whistle. What do we got here? Oh, it's going to be a block. Basket's going to count. Hester charged with his second personal, team's first of the second half.
That was the right call. It was a block. Hester kind of nudged himself into 21 there.
That's Reese Jesse, and that is his 7th point of the game. Free throws good. Point number 8 for Reese Jesse. And now a 10-point Hopkinsville lead, 50-40. 6:18 to go. Shaw with the basketball, loops it over to Hester. Hester gets it across, long bounce pass in the corner to Lane, back to Hester, straight away to Shaw. Shaw works his way into traffic, throws up a one-hand shot, air ball, but Bandy there to follow for his 10-point.
We'll say it was an assist.
Yeah, I guess so. Threw it up in the air, and Bandy was there to catch it and put it in. 50-42, just under 6 minutes to go. And Hopkinsville's McKnight, he'll send it off to Victor for 3, drains it. That is number 4 tray for Don Victor tonight. It's 53-42 as the lead goes back out to 11. Bandy, baseline shot, left side, won't go. Cody Lane puts it back up and in. 53-44. Timeout with 5:32. It'll be a full timeout. Hopkinsville with a 9-point lead.
We had a 4-point quarter followed by a 27. Then we dipped back down to a 7-point quarter. But right now, we're not on pace to duplicate that 27-point to follow that up and down flow. And it's going to be awful hard for us to come back from a 9-point deficit if we cannot get stops.
Monday night, we'll be at Edmonson County. Girl-boy doubleheader. Girls game at 6 o'clock. We'll be back on Nash Icon 103.7 at 5:40 airtime. Then Tuesday night, Trojans and Trojanettes hosting Caverna. The game's to be played at Park City Elementary. Part of a throwback heritage game. Hasn't been a high school basketball game played on that court since 1974.
Is that where our high school, when it was first formed, actually played games?
There were some games played there. There were some played at the Armory, and some played at Austin Tracy.
Of course, we didn't have a gym when our school first.
Gym was not completed until 78, I believe it is.
Hey, Paul White, stop.
Hopkinsville's basketball, 5.5 to go, leading by 9. And it's McKnight working with it on the right side. He'll bring it back left, gives it to Victor in the circle. Mercer with it, dribbling. Backs out against Shaw. He'll send it over to McKnight. And there's Deeds in the circle. Back to Mercer. Mercer working in traffic, had it swatted. Well, we got a foul.
Charge.
Collision with Hester. There's an offensive foul.
Hung in there after the ball was distributed. That's 15. That's Mercer.
So Mercer picks up his 3rd. The 5th team foul of the second half.
They're giving us chances.
I know.
We just got to take them. We're just giving them right back.
Yep. Niken gives it to Hester. The middle goes to Lane. Bounce pass off to Shaw. Crossover move. Goes the basket. Flips it up. It's no good. And then Niken ties it up in there with Victor. Or no, it was with Jesse.
That's a warm-up layup. We just got to bank it off the window and go back the other way and try to get another stop. But instead, we got it out under.
Shaw lobs it into Niken up high. Goes up with a shot. Good, and a foul. That's Aiden's first 2 of the second half.
It's hard for us to be successful, too, when our leading scorer only has a couple points. So, we've just been very sporadic, I think is a fair word.
Yeah. Niken is 2 for 3 at the stripe. 10 points, and the shot's good. Old-fashioned 3-point play. Gives him 11. Barren County's cut it to 6 at 53-47.
We tried to pick up pressure early. Let's see if we do it again.
Go, Cody!
Now they come racing out on defense, trying to trap the ball. Cody Lane now guarding McKnight out front here on the right side. Getting the screen, switching off is Hester on McKnight. McKnight still on the dribble. Dribbles between his legs. 4:20 to play. Trying to get away from Hester. Backs out almost to midcourt. Goes right side. And we'll try to take a little time off the clock here, and there's a foul on Hester. His third, team second of the second half. He's the only Trojan to pick up 3.
I've got a perfect angle on it.
And the ball comes out to McKnight. And McKnight trying to backtrack in. Being chased out there, double teamed, and a whistle. Jump ball. And it's going to go back to Hopkinsville.
Watch the carry, please. That's an advantage to the offense. Not in, Cody.
And it'll be Patterson to toss it in. Lobs it out high. And giving it back out to McKnight with a double team, trying to get out of it. Bounce pass in the corner. Patterson throws it back out to McKnight. 3:47 to play. They work it inside, going against Bandy. Laced up, no good. And rebound coming out there is Cody Lane. Jump pass up to Niken. Niken drives in, throws up the shot. It's no good. Crashing the board is Deeds for Hopkinsville.
Set up for a charge, and he had to avoid it. That caused him to miss the layup.
3.5 to go. 53-47 Hopkinsville. Ball knocked away by Niken, out of bounds. We tried to go to Victor. Barren County down 2 possessions as Mercer checks back in the Hopkinsville lineup. He'll come in for McKnight.
McKnight was doing a good job just dribbling it away from us, kind of playing keep away on his own. I'm not sure where they took him out.
And the ball comes out of the backcourt. Mercer will work it up against Caleb Hester. 3:15 left in the contest. Barren County down by 6. Working with it, get away from Hester. Feeds it off underneath, and a dunk.
Good play. Good play. They spread it out. Went flat, and we went to help, and they found the open guy.
10 points for Reese Jesse. 55-48. Comes out to Shaw. Back off to Lane with 2:50 to play. Cross-court pass comes to Hester. They go inside. Bandy fall-away shot won't go. But a foul is going to be called against Hopkinsville. It's going to send Bandy to the line to shoot 2. The foul on 42. That's Deeds, his 4th. Number 7 on the Tigers in the second half. Will Bandy puts it up, and it's good. 5 for 5 at the line tonight for Will Bandy, and he's got 11 points. Need to be able to score with the clock stopped here. See if he gets the second one. And spins out, but Niken gets the rebound and puts it in. Get a 3-point play out of that one. 55-50, Barren down 5, 2:40 left.
Get it back to him.
And they're being chased out there. Here's Hester, feeds it down underneath. And a lot of traffic and a whistle. What do we got?
That's a foul on Hester, and that's a correct call.
4 fouls on Caleb Hester, and the 3rd foul of the second half on the Trojans.
He let him play just a little bit longer and had to call the foul there at the end where we probably had both hands on him.
2:31 to go. Hopkinsville's basketball, right side of the bucket. And it'll be Patterson to toss it in, lobs it out, and almost tipped away by Niken, caught by Victor. Here's Mercer. Down to 2:25. Victor now gives it to Mercer, feeds it down inside. There's a walk, no whistle, shot goes up and in.
There's a bullet pass to him, and it literally knocked him backwards 2 steps.
Yep. 57-50. Here's a bounce pass off to Shaw. He'll bounce it off to Lane. He bounces to Bandy, and the left shot no good from the elbow. And underneath, what do we got?
Hit the end line, I think.
Okay.
Baseline.
Tyler Bush checking back into the Trojan lineup with 2:04 to go. 57-50 Hopkinsville. McKnight gives it over to Burks. Sends it left side over to Victor. He's trapped. Back out to McKnight with 1:55. Down the corner, they go down low in there, and a collision. That should be an offensive foul as Shaw went sailing across the lane. Offensive foul on Jesse. His second team's 8th.
Sorry, going to try to do some offensive, defensive rotations here and see if we can get something positive happening both ways.
Barren County's basketball and full court pressure by Hopkinsville. Man-to-man, minute 50 to play. Need a basket here. As Hester throws a run out, it's going to be picked off. Try to go to pointer.
Second time we've done that.
Yeah. And Mercer fakes the 3. He'll give it back out to McKnight. Swings it over to Victor on the left wing. Victor bounces back out to McKnight with minute 40 to go. He drives into a lot of traffic. They go underneath. Little pump fake, put up and in. That was a big basket for Burks. Point number 14. Pushes lead out to 9, 59-50 with a minute and a half to go. Boy, Niken had to really get up high for that pass. And here's a shot going up good from 17 feet. Aiden Niken, 7 points in this quarter, 15 for the game. Timeout by Barren County with a minute 22 left and trailing 59-52.
Their personnel makes it really difficult for us to trap them and get them to turn it over. Even though they have a few times right now, what they're doing is they're pulling us out. They're going 4 flat and just letting create. And when our initial man gets beat and the help comes, they just give it to whoever it is, and that's a layup. So it's just really difficult. At some point, we're going to have to think about fouling here. As far as team fouls go, we've only got 3, so we've got a few to give before we put them in the bonus. Just not been able to reinvent or recreate, I guess is a better word, what happened in the second quarter. We've fallen way too much into those single-digit quarters, and even though we have several points here, what do we have, 14?
Yeah.
It's just not been enough coupled with defensive stops because they also have 14.
Yeah, big second quarter, 27 points. We hit 5 threes in that quarter.
How many threes have we hit since?
1. And that was by Jacob Shaw. Hopkinsville's basketball, minute 22, and they lead 59-52.
Full court, man.
And the ball slow away. Mason Griggs spins, turnaround shot, good.
How about that? 5-point game.
And get it down there, 59-54, a minute 13 left. Mercer gets it across, a collision, an offensive foul, ran right into Griggs at midcourt.
2 big plays there by Mason. To steal the score.
4 on Mercer. Griggs holding his hip there. So he hit the 4 pretty hard.
That hip will feel better if we're able to erase the deficit and get a win.
Yeah. And Gavin Withrow back in the game. He'll put the ball in play. A minute 11 to go, down 5, 59-54. Shaw is double teamed. They can't even get it to him. Finally, he does. And Shaw will bring it up against Victor. Shaw trying to drive with it. Bounce pass off to Niken. Trying to get around his defender. Puts it up. It is. No, it came out of there. Bandy throws it back up. No good. And a rebound to Hopkinsville. 2 good looks at it there. Just wouldn't go. That would have cut it to 3. Long bounce pass in the corner to Victor. Gonna have to foul here with 45 seconds to play. McKnight, and I'm not sure if that's the guy you want to foul, but we'll have to do something there with 43 seconds to go.
We tried to foul Mercer, but we couldn't get to him before we got rid of the basketball. That's a huge miss. 2-point blank misses. Yep. They were contested, but still right there at it.
They're not in the bonus. You got to keep fouling.
Yeah, that's only the 14th foul.
I said it a while ago, but kind of forgot it when you, at this time of the game, you expect the fouls to go to the line.
And it got off his foot, and Griggs got rid of the basketball. He dived for the ball, and going to be a foul on Mercer. And I've got him for 5, but I may be wrong.
Yes, you're right. You're not wrong very often.
Well, he fouls out with 3 points. And 40.6 seconds to go. Barren County down by 5, 59-54.
We are in the bonus, right? It'll be a double bonus.
Yes, 2 shots. And you want to try to score with a clock stop when you're behind. And it'll be, who's going to the line? Shaw?
I think that's right.
So Shaw has not been to the free throw line tonight. Knocked down a couple of threes, one in the second quarter, one in the third quarter. First of two, good. 59-55.
We've only got one timeout. They've got four.
Shaw puts this one in the air. No good. A rebound to Hopkinsville. And McKnight in the backcourt's going to be fouled. And that is the fifth team foul against the Trojans.
Keep our defensive lineup out
not in
there.
the bonus yet. Need to try to come up with a turnover. And Hopkinsville turned it over. Victor, now a 30-second timeout called by the Tigers. 36.6 seconds to play. Barren County trailing 59-55. Busy week next week and next Saturday, too. We haven't even talked about next Saturday yet. Ball games every Saturday in December. We got the South Warren Boys shootout. Next Saturday, the Trojans will play Meade County at 1 o'clock. We'll have to broadcast that game on Nash Icon 103.7 at 12:45 next Saturday. The Trojanettes will be at Meade County to take on Breckenridge County at 3 o'clock next Saturday in the Sicilian Bank Girls Christmas Classic. All right, here we go. Patterson will toss it in for Hopkinsville. He gets it in play to McKnight, and quickly a foul on Shaw, his third, team sixth.
Okay, we got one more foul. Now you do not want to foul McKnight.
No, you got to foul somebody else. I'm not sure who you foul.
McKnight's 83%, Victor's 80%.
Yeah, you don't want to foul him either. And they try to get the ball in play. Comes into Victor. Foul on Niken. His second. And that will put Victor at the line. And tonight, he is 3 of 5. 3 of 5 at the line. Those coming in the second period. But he has hit 4 3-point shots tonight. 21 for Victor, which is 2 points above his average on the season. Shot goes up. It's no good. Niken had the rebound for a moment, lost it, and we got a foul again.
Wow. Went up with one hand. You cannot rebound with one hand.
And a foul on Jacob Shaw. That's his fourth. Team's eighth. And here's the shot. It goes up. It's no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's Withrow coming out there with it. Griggs off the bandy for a three. Yes!
We'll use our last time out as we get it back to a 1-point game. What about those free throw misses from Hopkinsville?
Yeah, 2 big misses. Front ends of 1 and 1 for Hopkinsville. I got a timeout with 24.6 seconds to play, and Hopkinsville with a 1-point lead, 59-58.
An 80+% free throw shooter missed. We couldn't get the rebound and actually fouled a much better person in Patterson, who's only been to the line 2 times all year before that, or before tonight, and he's just 50%. So those odds work in our favor. What happens from this point on, we got to keep it a one-possession game. Right. So we have a chance down here on our end to tie it or actually win it. But we don't have any timeouts left. That's the only negative. Whatever we have to do, we have to know what it is when we leave this huddle here momentarily.
Bandy's Peoples Bank 3-point shot gives him 14 points on the night, 10 in the second half.
It's our first 3 since almost right at the start of the second.
Yes, Shaw hit the 3 there early in the third quarter. I believe Hopkinsville, they have 6 players on the floor.
They broke the huddle with 6.
And so
just a substitution infraction. The kid didn't get to the table before the horn, so you can't do it afterwards.
59-58, Hopkinsville, 24.6. They have the basketball as Patterson will toss it in. Patterson has to call a timeout.
Got 3 of them, so that was okay.
He was trying to run the baseline, couldn't find anybody open.
Now they will. Well, they'll still have the baseline because they called the timeout.
Yeah. 59-58. Trojans from the foul line in the second half. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 9. And Hopkinsville is 1 of 3. Barren County was 7 3-point shots, 5 in the first half. And Hopkinsville has hit 4 threes tonight, all of those by Victor.
They've got 2 more timeouts. We've got none. They've got to take it the length of the floor to do anything, but they are up 1, so they don't really have to do anything besides get it across the timeline.
Yep.
Hey, come on, White.
At what point do we have to foul them, I guess, is the decision that Warren probably made and told his guys in the huddle.
And you don't want to foul McKnight or Victor. And they finally get the ball in play to McKnight and foul on Niken.
Foul was immediate.
Yeah, his third. That took 7/10 of a second off the clock.
We'll be 1-1 though. Still, that was our. Did you say 9?
McKnight, he's 3 for 4. Tay Pointer back in the Trojan lineup. He'll come in for Mason Griggs. In for Hopkinsville is Josh Deeds. He'll replace Burks.
Warren trying to communicate with his guys. Remember, we don't have any timeouts, so they got to know what to do when this shot goes up and make or miss.
And McKnight at the stripe. Here's his shot. It's going up, and he hit it. Makes it 60-58 Hopkinsville with 23.9.
Box out.
And this shot is in the air, and it's good. So it's going to take a 3.
But we don't have to have it.
Don't have to have it now. We still got time at 24 seconds. Comes into Shaw. Shaw pushes it down the floor on the right side. Trying to get the screen from Bandy. Pulls up and shoots a 3-point shot, and it's coming off the rim. Ball slapped back out. Shaw needs help. Going to force up a 3-pointer. Bounces off the rim. Had a collision here on the rebound. Let's see who they're going to call the foul on.
We still had plenty of time. We started to scramble. I don't know who the foul's on. Let's see. 20.
Foul is on Victor. 3 on Victor. And Will Bandy at the line for 2 shots. 8.9 seconds to play. Barren down by 3. Bandy puts it up. It is good. (61-59). Mason Griggs back in the lineup now for Barren. Bandy for one more. It's on the way, and he missed the shot, and the rebound of Victor. And he got the foul with 6.6.
And, of course, the foul shot miss goes to their second best free throw shooter.
Griggs, his 3rd personal.
Now it's 2, right? Double bonus.
And Victor, 3 of 6 from the stripe. Been shooting at 82.5%. Shot goes up, and he hit it.
Make this one, it's going to be hard.
62-59. Hopkinsville, 6.6 to play. Victor. And that was going to rim good. 63-59. 6.6 to go. Withrow going to have to come in a hurry. Throws up a 3-point shot, misses everything, and that will do it right there. Trojans will come up short by 4. 63-59 to Hopkinsville tonight. Here, the final game of the Barren Hoops Classic. As Hopkinsville evens their record at 3-3, Barren County evens their record with a loss tonight at 2-2. We'll be back with a post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities after this break, as you're listening to the Barren Hoops Classic on the new 104 The Score.